to get hotter as the day goes on. A couple of second-year head coaches doing battle today. Herman Edwards in his second season as the head man of the New York Jets, coming off a 10-6 mark of last year, and Greg Williams in his second year in charge of the Buffalo Bills. Williams 3-13 last season, looking to turn things around. The toss was won by the Buffalo Bills. They will receive. And John Hall is set to kick it away. We're ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Thought you were going to hit me there to get me ready.
John Hall will kick. Charlie Rogers is the deep man for the Buffalo Bills. And we're underway. Rogers from a yard deep in the end zone. Breaks to the outside, tripped up, and falls across the 15 to about the 17 or 18-yard line. And the man that everyone has been looking to, fairly or unfairly, they're looking to Drew Bledsoe as their savior here in Buffalo.
Well, Greg, if you protect Drew Bledsoe and you give him enough time with the skilled people that the Buffalo Bills have, especially on the outside, he will be the savior because he can still throw the football. Not that we had any doubt ever, but when you come and watch him practice, talk to these players and coaches, he's still got it.
Travis Henry and Larry Centers in the backfield behind Bledsoe on first down. This is Henry. Henry may have gotten a couple straight up the middle. Marvin Jones with the stop. The offensive line, inexperienced. Rookie Mike Williams will be great one day, but he doesn't have much experience under his belt.
You look at the backs and receivers, very talented, but number 80 in the middle, Eric Moulds, and you're on defense, he's the guy you got to look to stop.
Kevin Gilbride is the offensive coordinator for Buffalo. Drew Bledsoe says he is so in sync with Gilbride, it is scary. 2nd and 8. Bledsoe to throw his first, he won't get it away. Josh Evans, number 91, in on Bledsoe in a hurry.
Well, it looks like there's a mistake by the Buffalo Bills offensive line. It could have been a screen. They just let him go too quick. Watch 91 come untouched. Reuben Brown didn't even hear the snap count. And Bledsoe, lucky. Reuben Brown, look at still in the stance, so there was some miscommunication about the snap count, no question.
So now it's a 3rd and 14.
Sorry, Greg, but that's the kind of hit where you can lose a quarterback. That's what you don't want. And Josh Evans, quick, aggressive, and it's going to help the Jets defense a lot inside.
Bledsoe from the shotgun on 3rd and 14. Has time, throws and crossing pattern to Larry Centers is incomplete, and that'll bring on the punting unit. So Bledsoe's first series is under his belt. And Brian Moorman, in his second season out of Pittsburgh State, will kick from just outside of his own end zone. You look at his numbers from last year, that is Santana Moss, number 83, deep for the Jets. Moorman got it away. Penalty marker is down, back by the kicker, as Moorman picks himself off the ground. That's Bob McElwee. The penalty is against the Jets.
Personal foul, 15 yards.
Dropping the kicker, 25 yards, first down.
The penalty is on Nick Ferguson.
Well, you got the Buffalo Bills backed up. You go for the block right out of the box in the game, and anytime you get the legs of the punter, it's going to be a personal foul. Looks like it's number 25, Nick Ferguson, who goes low and catches him right on the foot.
That gives the Bills a first down all the way out to the 28-yard line.
There's Mike Westhoff, special teams coordinator for the New York Jets. You get so close to blocking it, and you don't. Sometimes that's what's going to happen. You're going to run into the kicker.
Travis Henry cuts it back, has room to run across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Sam Garnes in on the stop, and let's take a look at that New York Jet defense. Across the front, Ellis, Evans, Jason Ferguson, and John Abraham. The linebackers, familiar faces in a Jet uniform in Lewis and Jones, joined by the ex-Buffalo Bill Sam Cowart.
And Greg, 3 new starters in the secondary for the Jets. Abraham, Garnes, and Beasley, all new starters.
Ted Cottrell is the Jets defensive coordinator. 2nd and 2 for Buffalo. Bledsoe short pass, Travis Henry out of the backfield, out over the 40 to the 43-yard line, and that's enough for the first down, brought down by Mo Lewis.
Well, that's what you got to do, and Drew Bledsoe, he's glad that the New York Jets played a defense. They drop back, so it lets him get rid of the football quickly, and that's what they're worried about. In Buffalo, the coaches, and they know they have to find a way to protect Drew Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, quick pass to the far side on first down to Eric Moles, and Moles across midfield into Jet territory and close to another first down.
Drew Bledsoe was talking to us on, Greg, we were here Friday, talked to him. He says he's never been around a receiver like Eric Moles. And here's a good example. Watch Eric Moles top of your screen. He just snatches the football, he attacks it, and that's what he did. It caught him by surprise. He's so aggressive, and that's why you see Eric Moles catch it and make so many big plays in the passing game.
Bledsoe says you don't appreciate how explosive he is until you play with him. Bledsoe throws, that's complete to Henry. Inside the 40, lost the football and then came back to it. It was blown dead. Line of scrimmage will be the Jet 37-yard line, and that's enough for another Buffalo first down.
Well, when you talk about, in the Bills, they talk about we want to mix it up, keep the Jets off balance. You do that by running play-action passes like this play here on 2nd and less than 1 yard. All the defenders, the Jet coaches, they're thinking run. They play a soft pass defense. It allows you to have time to throw it and give it to a playmaker like Henry.
First time today, Buffalo goes to a double tight end setup with Reamersma and Dave Moore. And they give instead to Henry, and Henry inside the 35 to the 33.
Now, Greg, you said earlier, which we don't hear a lot, you know, that some of the Drew Bledsoe says, I am so in sync with Kevin Gilbride that it's scary. A lot of times we get in these meetings and quarterbacks and players like to gripe about their coaches, but it was refreshing to hear. And Drew Bledsoe said he loves the offense. It really fits his style. Throw it down the field, look for some big plays, and trust me, Kevin Gilbride's willing to oblige Drew Bledsoe's wish for that.
This is Henry again, and then the give now to 81, Peerless Price. Price gets a block, trying to turn the corner, and is out of bounds.
Well, he lost a lot of yards, but Drew Bledsoe won a lot of fans on that play. The Jets don't go for it, but watch Drew Bledsoe get Jason Ferguson on the reverse. The Jets do a good job. Bledsoe, oh man, his helmet hit the ground.
The cheers that you hear are the replays on the screen here in the stadium.
You know, that's pretty special stuff to see a quarterback. And I know he caught Jason Ferguson by complete surprise. No kidding. That's the only way he's ever going to knock him down, but good play by Bledsoe.
From the shotgun. On the rush, Bledsoe goes down but completes the pass to centers. Number 92, Sean Ellis, was in on Bledsoe, who's registering a beef with Bob McElwee.
Well, I think he's probably worried about the way he was hit. Sean Ellis coming untouched. Oh, yes, and I understand. When you hit the quarterback, you wrap your arms around him and pick him up and drive him into the turf. That is a penalty.
So now the field goal unit, headed up by Mike Hollis. The Bills were horrendous in this area. They go out and get a proven kicker from Jacksonville in Mike Hollis. This will be a 52-yard attempt. Long enough and straight enough. Buffalo Bills get off to a terrific start. They lead at 3-0. Well, the New York Jets committed the fewest penalties in the National Football League last year, but a 15-yard roughing penalty on the punter here gave the Bills' drive new life. Mike Hollis converted the field goal. This ball bouncing and picked up at the 14 by Lamont Jordan. Jordan tripped up across the 25-yard line. Charlie Rogers made the play. When we come back, Vinny Testaverde and the offense get their hands on the ball for the first time.
On CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37. Ford, no boundaries. And by Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Cold, down, easy.
Back in Buffalo, a beautiful view of Niagara Falls. Line of scrimmage, the Jets' 26-yard line, and Vinny Testaverde coming up on 40,000 yards in his career. The Jets coming off a terrific preseason, and they'll come out with 5 wide receivers right off the bat. Quick pass out here, complete to Curtis Martin, run out of bounds at about the, Richie Anderson, the receiver, at about the 31-yard line. Here's the Jet offense. Fabini, Machado, 3-time Pro Bowler Kevin Mawai anchoring the line, Randy Thomas and Kareem McKenzie.
And if you were watching the opening of the game, I told you, Vinny Testaverde said, this is the most talented group I've ever been with in my 16 years in the league. That's saying a lot.
Paul Hackett, the Jets offensive coordinator, calling the plays. And he will again go with 5 wide receivers to spread the field.
Everybody complained that he was too conservative last year, starting the season off with a different look.
And now the give, Curtis Martin straight ahead. He might have gotten a yard. Chidi Ahanatu wrapped him up, and it'll be 3rd and 4 as we check out the Buffalo defense. Ahanatu and Aaron Schobel are the ends. Ron Edwards and Pat Williams, the tackles. The linebackers, Keith Newman and Eddie Robinson, London Fletcher in the middle.
And the defensive back, look at the corners. Winfield and Clemens, they're very good when it comes to covering wide receivers down the field.
Jerry Gray is the Buffalo defensive coordinator. 3rd and 4. Testaverde running out of time, gets wrapped up and down he goes. Ron Edwards, number 98, chased him down.
Well, that's big stuff when you talk about the New York Jets. Vinny Testaverde, the least sacked quarterback in the NFL last year, did not fall to the ground one time in the preseason. And the Bills get him on the first 3rd down.
So Testaverde to the sideline. Matt Turk leads the punting unit on, the 3-time Pro Bowler in his first year with the Jets. Kicks it away. Here's Charlie Rogers from his own 30. And is bounced back to the 30, partly by his own man. 1-yard return. Something unusual already this new season. Vinny Testaverde on the turf. Still forming. Sign up now. Just click on Fantasy at CBSSportsline.com. If you're on America Online, enter the keyword CBS Sportsline.
How good is this? This crowd, this is really exciting to be here opening day.
And the crowd is pumped. Bledsoe over the middle, hits his man out across the 45. Josh Reed, the rookie out of LSU, his first NFL reception, and our first NFL Today update. Jim Nance.
All right, thank you so much, Greg. And an update from Cleveland, where until last weekend, Tony Gonzalez was unsigned for the Chiefs. But look at him here, end of a 70-yard drive, touchdown Chiefs 7-3. Let's go back to Buffalo. Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim, it's funny how those good teams get those good players back in time for the season, don't they? Bledsoe on the draw this time, and Henry fighting for yardage, still on his feet and across midfield and into Jet territory before Sean Ellis brings him down. 5-yard pickup, and let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, when it was clear that Drew Bledsoe was not going back to New England, his thoughts turned to playing in a warm weather city, not unlike this one. And then he got a call from a local legend here in Buffalo extolling the virtues of playing for the Bills. Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly telling him what a wonderful city, the community and the fans. Bledsoe telling us on Friday, he said, I really appreciate it. I've grown to love this community and a greater appreciation for the game. Greg, back to you.
Armin, thank you. Boy, after sitting out all of last season practically, he does have a terrific appreciation, he says, for the ability to play the game of football. Henry cuts it back. still on his feet, inside the 40, stumbling across the 35-yard line. He'll be called down back at the 36 or 37-yard line, but what a 13-yard run by Travis Henry.
Well, the Bills are making the Jets sit back a little because they're worried about Drew Bledsoe and some of the passes, and Travis Henry is just a playmaker. That's what he is. Cuts it back, not really exceptional blocking. He makes a few defenders miss, and for a small runner, he runs with power. Look at the cutback and can break tackles.
Travis Henry, 32 yards rushing and 18 yards receiving so far. Bledsoe to throw. Down the middle, incomplete, intended for Peerless Price.
Well, if I was coaching Drew Bledsoe, I'd have one thing to say to him after watching the start of this game. Get rid of it real quick, because the Jets pass rush is absolutely winning the war up front. They're quicker, they're more experienced. Josh Evans inside. Greg, I'll never forget when he was playing with the Tennessee Titans in that year they went to the Super Bowl. We're going, who is this Josh Evans? Because nobody could block him, and he's off to a terrific start this year with the Jets.
2nd and 10. Bledsoe, quick pass this way to Price. Price across the 35 and down at about the 33, maybe the 32-yard line. Clock continues to move. We're under 5.5 to play here in the first quarter.
Well, when you play the Buffalo Bills and you look at this offense, and you've already seen the runners, the good wide receivers, a quarterback who can throw the football, and you're a defensive coordinator like Ted Cottrell, you got to be careful. You can't go crowding the line of scrimmage thinking we're going to stop all the running game and all that, because if you do and they protect the quarterback, it's look out down the field. And so the Jets are being a little careful, giving up some runs to stop the big pass plays.
Bledsoe with time over the middle, incomplete, intercepted by number 21, Aaron Beasley, and Beasley still on his feet and now run out of bounds. Ball was tipped and bounced in the air, and Beasley, the newcomer here for the New York Jets after 6 years in Jacksonville, registers the first interception of the year for the New York Jets. 4:40 to play here in the first period. Drew Bledsoe victimized by the Aaron Beasley interception, and Beasley owes a huge vote of thanks to Damian Robinson on the play. First down, Jets at their own 44. Testaverde throws far side, and that's complete to Lavernius Cole across midfield to the 49 of the Buffalo Bills. Let's go back to the pick.
Yeah, let's go back and look at Eric Moulds as he runs the route. In this offense, watch as he goes down. You got to do a lot of reading as a wide receiver. He comes in, doesn't move far enough inside. He lets a defender, that time Damian Robinson cut in front of him. And one of the golden rules for a wide receiver between him and the quarterback, never let a defender become between you and the quarterback. And that time Eric Moulds let it happen.
2nd and 3 for the Jets. Curtis Martin, right side to the 46. Close to a first down. Let's check in with Jim Nantz in New York.
Thank you so much, Greg. And how about this for a coach's dream? 15 plays, 96 yards for the Colts. It's Manning to Qadri Ismail for the touchdown. Tony Dungy's first as the head coach of the Colts. 7-0 Indianapolis. Back to Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim. We were talking during the offseason about that whole move of Tony Dungy to Indianapolis. He is going to love Peyton Manning in that offense.
We're going to get a measurement here. Yes, I've told people this story a few times. But can you imagine Tony Dungy, after his first little 3-day camp with the Indianapolis Colts, he comes in, all the coaches sitting around, and he sits down, he looks at him, he goes, man, did you see that offense? And that offense is a lot different than one he's used to seeing down in Tampa Bay.
The Jets have that much for a first down. It'll be 3rd and about a half a yard. I'm talking with Vinny Testaverde yesterday when the Jets arrived here in Buffalo, and he said he liked the way you could just see the consistency and how everybody was on the same page in the huddle.
Well, that's right. They really believe in what they're doing on an offense. They know they have skilled players at every position. There's a lot of ways to make plays work, and he sat down the offseason with Paul Hackett and Herman Edwards and they went through every play and picked out the ones they like, so everybody's happy with the play caller.
Curtis Martin plowing ahead, and he appears to have the first down.
Yeah, I think he fell forward. They stopped him initially, but Curtis Martin got that last bit of fall and looked like he made it to me.
And you know, that last bit wasn't easy because he had Pat Williams wrapped around him.
Yeah, look at Pat. There's a good shot of him. You got to shoot him from the side because you can only appreciate his size when you look at him. There you go.
There's Big Pat.
Funny guy. We had a chance to meet with him on Friday. Boy, it was enjoyable. And how about Kevin Mawai, who has to block him, goes, they have Ted Washington up here for many years, and he's the biggest guy maybe in professional football. So they replaced him with Pat Williams, moves there, and Kevin goes, my gosh, 6'3", 315, and he's very athletic. Moves around well for a guy that size.
He is short. And they're going to send the punting unit onto the field. So Curtis Martin did not get the yardage for the first down.
Well, Greg, you're 0 for 1 this season. We'll keep tally. Of course, I was the one that said it, but
Going to run out of toes in a hurry, too.
now, you know, the Jets loved the little gadget plays last year. 6 trick plays or different types of plays against the Bills. And Greg Williams, the coach of the Buffalo Bills, Friday, they worked on every conceivable trick play that you could run, anticipating the Jets would run some today.
Rodgers is deep. They're going to let it bounce, and it floats out of bounds. And it'll be at about the 20-yard line. Right exactly at the 20-yard line. That's where Bledsoe will go back to work in just a moment.
The icebreaker bullet.
CBS Sports Crew, 2:56 to play here in the first quarter. Bledsoe and the Bills back on offense from their own 20-yard line.
I'm going to watch that show without a trace, Greg.
I got you.
You believe me?
Yeah,
Of course you do.
Sure. Bledsoe has completed 6 passes to 5 different receivers. This is Travis Henry, and Henry across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. You know, all of the conversation this week, in addition to Bledsoe making his debut here in Buffalo, was the fact that right off the bat he was going to go up against Mo Lewis and the New York Jets, and Lewis is the man who literally knocked Drew Bledsoe all the way from New England to Buffalo. And both of them have downplayed it, and we were talking with Drew about the hit, and if you saw Leslie Visser's interview with Drew, he said basically the same thing. It was something that was painful, but then, boy, he missed the game standing on the sideline. 72 is Jason Ferguson into the backfield.
Encroachment, 72, defense, 5 yards, second down.
Go back to last year. Here's Bledsoe, and there is the hit that Lewis laid on Bledsoe. And Bledsoe said, you know, it was one of those bell ringers, and he got up after a while, but it wasn't making very much sense. And
Yeah,
one of the quarterbacks, Damon Heward, ratted him out to the coaches.
Yeah, they were talking. He says, let me look at the play sheet. Let me do this. And Damon Heward looked at him like, uh-oh, coach, Drew is not quite with us. But Drew Bledsoe, the one comment he did say about that play, he goes, hey, look, I was trying to get the first down. It was a clean hit. It's going to happen sometimes in this league.
Bledsoe, quick pass, far side. Eric Moles looking for running room and doesn't find much. A gain of 1 will make it 3rd and 1.
Well, Donnie Abraham, he's a bigger corner or a different type of corner for the New York Jets this year. Last year, Herman Edwards said, we had pretty good cover guys. Now with Donnie Abraham and Aaron Beasley, says I got really good tacklers on the outside. And the Jets, 6 new starters on the defense this year, and it potentially could be a lot better than the defense we saw last year, mainly because up front they can stop the run and rush the passer.
No one has yet converted a 3rd down here today. Bill's trying to do that on the pitch to Henry, and he is hit as he crosses the 30-yard line, and this is going to be enough for a 1st down.
Boy, that's good running by Travis Henry, and you say, well, come on, he only gained about a half a yard, but the play was designed to go outside, and he knows he only has to pick up about a foot or so you just turn it up in there and just take the punishment. And he does. That time it was Sam Coward and Josh Evans both who drive him to the turf.
Travis Henry in his second season out of Tennessee. And there are a few Tennessee Volunteers in the building today.
Oh, there's just a few of them around the league, would you say?
Bledsoe, play fake. Time running out, throws this side and has Price. Penalty marker is down the field as Bledsoe hit the turf again. 18 yards and a first down.
Boy, Drew Bledsoe early in the game has taken some major hits. That time it's a personal foul. Mercer came in late.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 97 defense, throwing to the quarterback to the ground.
Girardi Mercer,
15 yards from
the
the
first-year defensive tackle out of Marshall.
Well, they keep everybody in. It's a big sellout trying to get the receivers down the field. Oh, yeah. Well, that's right. You cannot wrap your arms around the quarterback and throw him down. That wasn't as bad as the one we saw earlier, Greg, but and you know, I don't even want to hear, put a skirt on the court. Be quiet. They make rules to protect the players. It's okay.
Final second of the first quarter, quick pitch to Price, and Price is run out of bounds and now another marker is down.
But really, this league and good for everybody who makes rule changes, they try to make rules to protect the players. They make rules to protect the defensive linemen, and of course they make them to protect the quarterback.
Bob McElwee is about to give us
personal foul, 15-yard face mask foul.
You know, here is the third penalty of the day on the New York Jets, and for Coach Herman Edwards, that's already too many for the entire game. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. The Buffalo Bills on the move. They already lead it by a score. It would be a big challenge for the Buffalo Bills to protect Drew Bledsoe, and Bledsoe has already had a heck of a day.
Check out these hits. Oh, yeah. 3 of them grabbed and slung to the turf, and Herman Edwards, last season they had 63 penalties the whole year. Today they already got 4, 3 of them major, and we talked about it last night with Coach Edwards, and he prides. That's one thing that a head coach can really label for his football team. How many penalties are assessed to his players? And boy, Herman Edwards took great pride in last year, and this is not a good start.
He told us he had 13 penalties the entire preseason, and we said, wow, and he said, it's way too many.
He was upset. And the Bills, they were horrendous in that department last year.
This is Henry. Henry cutting it back inside the 15 to about the 11. Marvin Jones brings him down.
Now, you know, the big thing and one of the huge stories up here in Buffalo and really around the league when they talk about the Bills, can they protect Drew Bledsoe? Can they keep the offensive line? Can they get some experience and get it going? Well, so far today, running the football, they're showing they got some size and some power. The pass protection's been okay, but just okay. But Travis Henry, hard runner, good blocking up front, and they're keeping the Bills offense in good situations.
Bills have 9 first downs today, 3 of them courtesy of New York Jet penalties. The pitch for Henry, this time coming this way. Inside the 10, and there's a marker down.
Wow.
This one will go against Buffalo.
As you listen to it at home, will Travis Henry just run into a wall? That's what it sounds like. He is just hitting it up in there. And there are times when you need to do it. 3rd and short.
Holding, number 80, offense. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That penalty is on wide receiver Eric Moles, and that was one of the huge problems that the Buffalo Bills had a season ago, one of many they had.
Almost double of what the Jets had, but a lot of times, too, penalties tell you about the football team. It tells you, to me, I always analyze it like this. You're not very good. When you're not very good, you have penalties. Linemen have to grab defenders to keep them from hitting the quarterback. Defensive backs can't cover well enough sometimes. You don't get to the quarterback, so they grab wide receivers. bad teams have a way of making a lot of penalties.
2nd and 12. Bledsoe over the middle. Wide open is 82 Josh Reed, the rookie out of LSU. And he is down at about the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Now, this Josh Reed, I remember watching him on TV from LSU last year, and I said, wow, can he run some routes? And everybody in the NFL that's seen him here with the Bills, they said same thing. He can run some routes. He's quick, little tough guy, and knows how to find the open space inside.
Josh Reed, the Buffalo Bills say that, boy, they were surprised. He just kept floating and floating and floating, and all of a sudden he was there, and they jumped all over him in the draft. 2 tight ends. Bledsoe throws. That's complete to the 5-yard line to Peerless Price, and that'll be enough for a 1st and goal.
Oh, man, what a catch. Drew Bledsoe put some steam on it, good protection, but this is just, we talked about Eric Moles just snatching the football out of the air. Watch Peerless Price. Clean, both hands, gets it down before the linebackers can knock it out of his hand. That's Marvin Jones. Looks like he's going to knock it down, but Peerless Price gets all 10 fingers on it to hold on to it.
First and goal, Henry cuts it back, touchdown. Those aren't boos. They are yelling Drew as Bledsoe trots to the sideline. Mike Hollis on for the extra point out of Mormon's hold. It's perfect. 12:25 to play in the first half. It's been all Buffalo. Travis Henry's touchdown makes it a 10-0 lead for the Bills. Morton and Jordan are deep. Morton from the 2. 20. 30. Breaking free to the 40. Morton on his way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Chad Morton, if you watch him, Craig, we were watching warm-ups and we laughed at how fast he was running up and down the field. And watch how he runs his kickoff back. Never really breaking stride, just going forward. And you can see his ability just to make the cuts. And then you think, okay, he's going to get run down. And no, he's not. The speed to get out front and to stay in front.
98 yards to get the Jets on the board in a big way.
What a weapon to have in this league when you can score on special teams.
John Hall's extra point is good. The New York Jets coach Herman Edwards, well, that'll soften those penalties a little bit. 10-7 Buffalo. Chad Morton's been accepting all the congratulations, and not since September of 2000 against these same Buffalo Bills. The Jets had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Kevin Williams did it then. Chad Morton does it today, 98 yards.
To be a really good football team, and that's what a lot of people think the Jets are, you got to have a lot of ways you can win. You need good offensive players, defensive players, the coach, but then you need players like Chad Morton and special teams, and you got to have a lot of ways to make it happen. And the Jets, hey, they were in trouble. Crowd was going to be all over the Jets offense. They returned the kick. Now listen to it.
Tony Driver, Charlie Rogers deep. And Rogers is someone who can do the same thing for the Bills. From the 4, it's Rogers. Hit and hit hard and out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. 19-yard return. We go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, one guy we haven't mentioned yet is Buffalo Bills head coach Greg Williams, who's quickly getting a reputation as one of the best organized and prepared coaches in the league, and really look no further than his father. Ira to figure out why. His father rose up the ranks as an automotive assembly line worker outside Kansas City to a plant supervisor, missed 1 day of work in 38 years. And Greg telling us it was the one day he had to physically restrain his father from going into work when he was 17. And he said, my father never forgave me for it. It took him 15 years to do so. A very prepared man. So is his son. Greg?
Armin, thank you. Bledsoe on a roll, throws, and that's complete to Eric Moles. I thought one of the funnier things that Craig Williams was talking about, because whenever we haven't talked to a coach before, we talk about how he got here and his whole interviewing process with Tom Donahoe, the general manager here in Buffalo. He said, Tom interviewed me in Nashville. He didn't want me to know there was 15 feet of snow on the ground here in Buffalo.
That's exactly right. And also, Greg, as we were talking to him, I said, are you nervous before this first game? And he goes, nothing. No, he goes, I'm not. I'm relaxed because I feel like we prepared. Nothing like I felt his first year last year. That I think they know they got a lot of good players here, and can they just give it enough time to really mold and gel into what they want?
Boy, Travis Henry has been part of enough big hits to make a record album today. Marvin Jones, and now Marvin Jones is on the ground. 10th year linebacker out of Florida State and an integral part of this New York Jet defense. So while the Jets look after Marvin Jones, we'll take time out here. 11-12 to play in the first half. 3-point lead for Buffalo.
What do you see?
I see no excitement in your life.
And I see why. I see new KFC honey Cajun wings in your future. It's a magical...
Appeared to have had the wind knocked out of him and looks to be okay on the sideline. He's been replaced on the field by number 51, James Darling, 6th-year linebacker out of Washington State. Buffalo with 131 total yards and has held the football most of the time since kickoff.
Jets have only run 6 plays so far in the game.
Bledsoe intercepted. Donnie Abraham inside the 20-yard line, and the Jets in prime position.
Well, they do a lot of route reading up here in Buffalo. The receivers, are you supposed to go in? Are you supposed to come back? Look what happens. Drew Bledsoe just leads the receiver to the inside. Eric Moles is hooked up to the outside, and it's an interception by Donnie Abraham. Watch 29. Oh, yes. Again, Eric Moles, it looks like he could be going in. He stops. He sees it different from the quarterback, and that's what you're going to have.
We spent a lot of time talking with both coaches yesterday about new personnel and how long it takes them to get to know each other and trust each other out on the field.
Well, I asked Drew Bledsoe, and as we talked to Peerless Price. I said, how is it coming along, reading the routes, the coverage, being in tune with the quarterback? And it's gone pretty well so far. But early in the season, first real game, sometimes you're going to have mistakes like that.
We have a penalty marker thrown. And it looks like an illegal motion call going against the Jets.
False start, number 83, offense. 5 yards, first down.
That's Santana Moss, and that is a 5th penalty on the New York Jets today.
Oh, boy, now that's the one that really would just rake me. Don't even line up right. I'm not sure if Santana Moss moved, but, you can't even go in motion and shift and all that. You have to start in a proper formation. That time they might have been in an improper formation right from the get-go.
So now it's a 1st and 15 for the Jets from the 24. And Testaverde.
Delay a game. Wow. You're talking about not being in rhythm. Anytime there's a delay of game, I always say this, it's the quarterback's fault.
Delay of the game, offense, 5 yards, first down.
Make it 6 penalties on the Jets, and we still have 10:48 to play here in the first half.
Because those clocks are right in front of you here. He can see the play clock. Testaverde lost sight of it.
1st and 20 from the 29. Testaverde over the middle, inside the 10-yard line, complete to number 88, Anthony Beck.
Well, that's a good way. 1st and 20. The Bills, who like to be aggressive on defense, play it a little different, a little conservative. Vinny Testaverde, nice job of coming back over the middle. And Anthony Beck knowing, hey, you catch a football in the middle of the field in the NFL, you better protect it and know that a couple guys are coming to hit you.
Testaverde appeared to have done a good job of looking a linebacker off to the left before throwing down the middle. Curtis Martin, right side, close to the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. That pass to Anthony Beck marked the Jets' first down of the day.
Boy, and it's amazing. That's why you have to be careful. This is going to be a good offense by the New York Jets, but they didn't even have adversity during the preseason. Sometimes that is not good. You need to go out there and stink it up every once in a while, so the coaches and you and everybody knows there's always a lot of work to do. But the Jets were flawless in the preseason on offense.
2nd and goal. Testaverde now throws incomplete, and a penalty marker is down. Richie Anderson, the intended receiver, and Pearson Prelow was the defender.
Pass interference, defense number 23. The foul's in the end zone. 1st down for the offense on the 1-yard line.
Look to your right of the screen. You can see, oh, look at that left arm wrapped around him. And that is not in itself illegal. It is not. You can put your left arm there, but it's illegal if you pull him, turn the receiver, then that is. So the problem that time for the Bills defense, Testaverde had way too much time, looked to his right for 3 receivers, then came back to Richie Anderson.
1st and goal. Jumbo Elliott is an eligible receiver on this play. Testaverde rolling, throws, touchdown. Anthony Beck, who caught the big 1st down pass, catches the touchdown pass.
Nice play call. Anytime you call a play action pass from the 1-yard line on 1st down, it's almost guaranteed it's going to be a touchdown because the defense has to play run. And the Bills did. Anthony Beck, Vinny Testaverde, good job.
John Hall for the extra point, and it's good. The New York Jets come up with 2 touchdowns in less than 3 minutes. Testaverde to Beck, and they lead at 14-10. First half, Anthony Beck on the receiving end of the 1-yard touchdown pass from Vinny Testaverde. The Donnie Abraham interception results in 7 points for the Jets, and they lead at 14-10. Charlie Rogers and Tony Driver are deep. This will be Rogers, and Rogers from the 3 to the 20. Spinning across the 25 to about the 26 or 27-yard line. And I want to remind you, coming up on the next Tell halftime report, it'll be Jim and Dan and Dion and Boomer. All the scores and the highlights and a preview of the men's U.S. Open final. It's all coming up on the next Tell halftime report.
All right. The rookies made their debut today, huh?
Looked pretty good doing it, too.
Yeah, they did. They did look good. Good for them. I know it was exciting, a lot of fun, turned out great.
You have a suit like Dion was wearing, don't you?
Hey.
I'll take that as a no.
Yes, I do.
Henry and centers in the backfield for Buffalo. And Bledsoe, the give to Henry. Henry trying to break it to the outside, and is wrapped up by number 57, Mo Lewis. And we mentioned during the timeout, this crowd is quieted down a great deal. And, you know, the Buffalo Bills have dominated this game, and they look up the scoreboard, and they're on the short end of the score.
Special teams touchdown. We saw that in the AFC Championship game, didn't we? That'll knock you out. And, of course, interceptions, they are truly game killer. So 2 big mistakes by the Bills, and the Jets took advantage of both. After the Jets scored, I watched Drew Bledsoe, though, greet the defensive players coming off the field going, "It's okay, our fault, we'll get it back."
Bledsoe running out of time and is down at the 28-yard line.
Penalty down the field.
Number 95 is Steve White. He was also helped by the fine rookie out of Alabama, Birmingham, Brian Thomas. Penalty marker is down in the defensive secondary. And it's against the Jets. Herman Edwards is going to have stuff to chew on.
Illegal contact, number 21, defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It's the cornerback Beasley.
Herman Edwards is going to scale that fence at the Jets complex in about 1 second after looking at all these penalties today. And he was locked out of the Jets complex about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, or 10 days. So, like any head coach, he parked his car way out in another parking lot and climbed over a fence that had barbed wire and everything on the top. And well, can you imagine what would have happened if he'd have like tripped and fell and cut himself? But he loved it. I said to him, I said, "You love that you were locked." He goes, "Oh yeah, adversity." Team, they had a lot of fun with it. The team loved it.
Here's Henry trying the right side. And coming in down low is Damian Robinson to make the initial hit. A pickup of a yard, and it's 2nd and 9. Well, Herm likes to start his day at right around 4:30 in the morning, and it just doesn't register that the rest of the sane world is still sound asleep.
Well, when you say 4:30, they should say 4:30 at night, because that's really what it is. You know, where everybody else is still sleeping. And it's true. These NFL head coaches, that's why they come in early, because they get some time to themselves to work out, to watch film, or do whatever without nobody bothering them.
Bledsoe, deep drop. Has time on the comeback. It's complete to Price, just short of midfield, but enough for a Buffalo first down.
Boy, I love what they're doing so far, the Buffalo Bills. Long, exaggerated play fakes, not sending out 5 wide receivers, but putting the outside guys, letting them get down the field and really pressure the defensive backs. Now, these defensive backs for the Jets, they know there's speed on the outside. They know the quarterback's got a big arm, so you got to honor going deep. Peerless Price stops, comes back wide open.
7 minutes to play in the first half.
Let's do it
Bledsoe,
again.
deep drop again. This time going to go deep and overthrows Price, his intended receiver. It'll be 2nd and 10.
If Peerless Price that time would have kept running, yeah, look at Drew Bledsoe's telling, keep going. Let's watch it and see what happens. Look to your top of your screen. You're going to see him go this way. There's an outcut. Look what happens. The corner. Oh, yes, he gets caught. If he'd have just kept running, he pulls up. Drew Bledsoe says, if you'd have kept running, I would have hit you. Looked like the ball was going to be right on target.
2nd and 10. Bledsoe eludes the rush, flips it out, and that's complete to Henry. And Henry's still on his feet across midfield before he's wrapped up at about the 47 or 48-yard line of the Jets. You know, when watching Bledsoe throw, and we were talking with Greg Williams yesterday, as the Bills pursued a quarterback or look to their future, you can't just pick any old quarterback. This is a beautiful day here in Buffalo, but there are going to be days in Buffalo where you need a quarterback with an extraordinary arm in order to be successful.
Oh, I think so. You play up here, the wind is the big reason, Greg. So you got to put a lot of what I call spin on the ball. And Drew Bledsoe is a spinner. He can, so that way when it's windy, it doesn't affect the flight of his passes. And look, they watched him, they've seen him, they watched him warm up. We'll tell you the story later. They knew he could deal with the elements up here in Buffalo.
From the shotgun, Bledsoe throws, has his man, that's complete. Peerless Price with the reception inside the 30-yard line and a first down.
Well, you know, we always talk about this too. Look at this. This is what a guy brings when he runs, and we overdo it. But look at Drew Bledsoe. Somebody at his feet. Look at that throw. And as one general manager in this league says, I heard him say when they traded him here, he's lost something off of his fastball. What game are you watching? And it's a look at this. There's Thomas right at his feet, off balance, and throws it about 35 yards in the air on the line.
19 yards on that completion. Bledsoe comes up throwing the day inside the 20-yard line to Remersma. And that is another first down. And now Bledsoe appears to be getting a little rhythm to his game.
Oh, no, he's had the rhythm, Greg. He's been hanging in there, making good throws. There's 3 plays in this game you can go okay about Drew Bledsoe, what was going on, and all 3 times there was a little misinformation between him and the wide receiver. But as far as throwing the football, he's got it. He's feeling good. He's throwing it exactly where he's wanting it to go.
Jay Remersma's first catch of the day. Back to the ground game, and Henry right side, and not a lot there. Clock continues to run. We come up on 4:40 to play as you take a look at how Bledsoe has distributed the ball today.
Oh, that's awesome. Wide receivers, though, 11. So that reconfirms what Drew Bledsoe said. We want to throw it down the field. He likes it. Kevin Gilbride designs them that way, and when you got extra threats down there, it's just not Eric Moulds anymore up here in Buffalo. There's Peerless Price, Josh Reed. Tight end's pretty good too. And Larry Centers coming out of the backfield is going to be a threat.
2nd and 6. Henry. And Henry met by the middle of that Jet defense.
You know, but it's interesting how Drew Bledsoe gets hurt and all of a sudden he can't do it anymore. It's all you hear. And the fact that somebody in the league says, oh, he can't throw it anymore. Now, did they watch the AFC Championship game? Did you see him come in that game and how well he threw the football? Do you think that it really, sometimes it's amazing. The analogy and of what they say about players once they sit out a game or two and somebody else takes their place.
3rd and 2. Henry. First down. Inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. That AFC Championship game when Bledsoe was a New England Patriot came on in relief of Tom Brady, who hurt an ankle. In comes Bledsoe and pops the touchdown pass, which was a huge play for the New England Patriots.
Drew Bledsoe told us on Friday, he says, that's about as excited as I've ever been playing football. I was jacked up.
Geeked up.
And I remember, I always say this every time I do a Patriots game, when you see him hop, look out, because it's coming. And I remember that first play against the Steelers when he hopped.
Bledsoe calls timeout, running out of time on the play clock. So Buffalo uses its first timeout, stopping the clock with 2:41.
How to get the crowd back into it. Travis Henry, he's just like, look at this. To the right, to the left, a little slide back to the right, sneak it into the end zone. Very, very impressive. Nice cuts, 2 of them. Larry Centers, not known for his blocking, did a good job leading him into the end zone. Looked like you on a dance floor, Greg.
Must have been. Mike Hollis's kick is good. 2:37 to play, first half. His first time in his NFL career. Travis Henry, 2 rushing touchdowns in 1 game.
There are times when the system can't protect you.
Hollis's kick going to be pretty short. Slip side Morton from the 10. With blocking, trying to turn the corner, and is dragged down short of the 25-yard line. Sammy Morris, number 33, with the special teams tackle. And now let's see what Testaverde and the Jets do against a crowd that, as you said, is now suddenly back into this game.
Well, I played up here. I think it's one of the hardest places to play when the Bills score. You're on the offensive side. The crowd can usually be so loud, and it's amazing what noise. It hurts you, but it just gives emotion to defensive players. And when they get emotional, it makes you faster, quicker, and of course a better defender.
Jets have all of their timeouts remaining. Testaverde, far side, complete, a little slow, a little low, and Curtis Martin going to the deck to reel it in, and the clock continues to move.
Well, there's plenty of time, 2:18 to go, and the Jets still have all three of their timeouts, so don't rush it. Use up the time, and if it doesn't turn out to be a great drive, at least you'll use some clock.
Testaverde shovel pass, and that's going nowhere. Coy Wire, the rookie safety out of Stanford, came up to put the clamps on that play as we hit the 2-minute warning. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9 when we come back. 17-14 Buffalo. Don't forget, the guys on the Nextel halftime report are coming up. Jim, Dion, Dan, Boomer, scores and highlights, and a preview of the men's U.S. Open final. That's all coming up on the Nextel halftime report.
Well, I'm curious to see what Dan, Boomer, Dion, all of them are going to say about this first half, and it had to catch them by surprise. Look at that today so far. The Bills, it's a game's worth of time of possession.
Testaverde to Martin out on the backfield. Martin has a first down across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. London Fletcher with the tackle after a 12-yard pickup.
Yeah, that's a big play. You hear the crowd, you'd be punted back to an offense that's hot. So Testaverde, very patient, very safe with the throw to Curtis Martin.
Quick pass outside, and that's complete to Crabette.
It's simple. It's easy. Get the best pay-per-view titles in the comfort of your home with Blockbuster pay-per-view movies. You can order from a huge selection.
And timeout is called to stop the clock. A minute 26 to play, and the Jets with 2 timeouts remaining. Well, Wayne Crabette.
There he is, the new contract, Wayne Crabette. A lot of new contracts.
Several
with
New
the
York
Jets.
Jets with new deals. Kevin Mawai and Curtis Martin.
Yes. Damn, I wish I worked for him. But that was a big first down by the Jets. It really was, because the Bills, you know, in this game, it's all about just getting that rhythm and getting the team excited sometimes. And the Bills offense had it, and the Jets, I was just saying to you, Greg, during the last timeout, don't you worry. They're going to go in there at halftime, and they're going to sit around and look at each other and go, hey, they just pushed us all over the field, and I expect them to have a change of attitude as this game goes along.
2nd and 6.
Oh, they're coming with the blitz.
Testaverde on the move, looking for time, throws and hits his man on the far side. Crabette came back for the football and has first down yardage.
Boy, that was a nice job by Vinny Testaverde. I couldn't quite tell what play they had set up. It was going to happen quick. He looks over the middle. Nope, he was not open. And Crabette changes his route, comes back to the quarterback. Good stuff.
This time, overthrowing his receiver. Crabette was on the floor and wants a penalty marker. Chris Watson was the cover man. And Testaverde goes down to plead his case. To no avail. 55 seconds left in the first half.
It is tough to throw the football. Boy, look at Vinny Testaverde. Not many yards, but being safe and careful with the football, which he has learned to do with Paul Hackett. But Nate Clemens and Antoine Winfield, you might beat them, but they are really 2 good cover corners, and they put a lot of pressure on them. They don't help them out.
Little flip. Martin to the 45. And a timeout is called to stop the clock with 46 seconds to play.
Well, they're making it hard on the Jets offense. No big plays.
You know, you mentioned it earlier that throwing down the football field is becoming a lost art these days.
Yeah, because here's the reason, the biggest reason why. Most coaches are scared to. That's really it. Don't make a mistake. That's, gosh almighty. It's a game of adversity. It's going to happen. But, you know, you look at these scenarios, it kind of reminds me of what did Herman Edwards say last night. In practice and in training camp, he was always going over scenarios with his players. Hey, it's a 1-minute drive. It's 2nd and 8. Let's make it. And it was really interesting to hear, and always trying to keep his skilled players or everybody on edge, because that's how it's the only way you can try to duplicate game situations. So I would think this is a pretty tough situation here.
3rd and 4. Quick pass over the middle to the 40, enough for a first down to Richie Anderson.
Wow, what a play. The Bills getting defenders coming in free. Testaverde reacts to it very quickly. Eddie Robinson wasn't even blocked.
Throwing to the far side, that's Corbett, and Corbett is out of bounds at the 33, maybe the 32.5-yard line. Antoine Winfield forced him out there.
Well, they keep throwing enough of these short passes. Sooner or later, the Bills are going to come up tight, and they're going to have to go deep, but
Testaverde looking at a 2nd and 3. 8 out of 9 on this drive for 42 yards. 12 of 13 overall on the day. Jets with 1 timeout remaining. They're at the Buffalo 32. Over the middle, that's complete to Martin. Inside the 20 to the 16-yard line, where he is hit hard, and Testaverde uses the 3rd and final timeout. Keith Newman hit Curtis Martin, who comes up limping a bit and limps toward the sideline.
you know, that was another good job for the Jets. Paul Hackett, just watch Curtis Martin coming out of the backfield. Everybody.
By Christie is up and good, and the lead builds. 20-0 San Diego.
The Chargers came in looking for a physical football game, and they're delivering.
And Keith Newman applied the hit.
Oh yeah, he gets hit. Watch it. London Fletcher gets him from behind. Keith Newman, he's another guy. Keith Newman, number 53. I was watching the Bills practice on Friday, and he jumped out. I go, wow, this guy, who is he? You know, he's so athletic. And the other one that really jumped out, as Greg, you saw, was Coy Wire, the rookie strong safety from Stanford who played linebacker, is really athletic.
Martin is on the sideline as you look at Wire. Lamont Jordan is in the backfield for the Jets. Jets are out of timeouts. 15 seconds on the clock. Testaverde on the move and threw it away.
Out of the pocket, receiver, there's everything. That will not be intentional grounding.
Nine seconds on the clock. And we were talking with Herman Edwards last night about this very thing. Depending on where you are on the field, his team has to know how much time they have and what kind of plays they can get off in that time span.
Greg, excellent point. 16-yard line, you throw it down the field. Why you don't take the chance? Time could run out. You got to know that. Ball traveling 20 yards.
34 yards on the attempt. It is good. It's good. 5 seconds remaining on the clock, and we're tied at 17.
I'll tell you what, that was work. That is like, you talking about grinding it out. That was the grindingest series I've seen in a long time. And just a terrific job by Vinny Testaverde. Here I'm complaining nobody throws it down the field, but what they just did really worked well.
On that scoring drive, Curtis Martin, 5 catches for 35 of those 59 yards.
You know, we just need more excitement opening day.
Yeah.
It's just not enough.
Want to remind you, those of you who know how to turn on a computer can log on to NFL.com and get up-to-the-minute scores and stats. Follow all your favorite players all day long at NFL.com. If you're on America Online, enter the keyword NFL.com.
Now, you know, don't. It's first game. Don't start with this computer stuff. I've told you, next week, I'm going to really get into it.
You've promised to email me by week 2.
I am going to email you, and it's going to be just
It'll be a momentous event, is what it'll be.
It'll be something. You won't be able to repeat what I say to you in that email. It'll be like, shut up.
Ball's kicked. is picked off at about the 25-yard line by Sean Bryson, a running back. And Bryson, trying to turn the corner, is run out of bounds across the 40-yard line as time runs out on us here in the first half. The Buffalo Bills held the football much of the time. The Jets had a kickoff return for a touchdown. We're tied at 17. Let's go to Armin.
Thank you, Greg. Coach, you gave Drew Bledsoe a big thumbs up when he came off the field just before your final touchdown. An overall assessment of your team's play?
He's played very well. We've been up and down in the half. We gave up a special teams play that gave them a little bit of life back. But the guys are playing strong. It's an exciting football game. It's a great opener for the first week.
Thank you, Coach. Greg.
All right, Armin. Travis Henry, 2 rushing touchdowns. Vinny Testaverde. This is Morton from the 5. And up the sideline, still on his feet, and now smacked down at about the 30-yard line. And let's check in downstairs with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thank you, Greg. You mentioned Curtis Martin. I asked Herm Edwards about his physical condition, and he said, well, he's going to try to go. Not as positive as you might think. He said, we've been on the field too long defensively, and the big thing, he said, those penalties. He said, that's just not us. He said, we're going to have to try and keep our composure better than we have. Greg, back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. There is Curtis Martin.
Cunningham in a scrum. Well, remember what I said earlier about ball maintenance being key? You haven't been hit very much in the preseason, or not at all, really. Put the ball away, keep it away from the defenders. Backside, that was Stroud, the big defensive tackle, came in and knocked the ball out before James hit
Jordan.
We talked about Pat Williams, how big he is, but you can just see the hit and the way he jumps up, what an athlete he is.
Defensive nose tackle lined up in the neutral zone. Defense offside, 5 yards, first down.
It's a call that we saw made regularly in the preseason, and if the players haven't learned, the officials are going to call it.
Well, they're going to learn. You can't quite see, but the length of the football is what you want to call the neutral zone. And last year, defenders, everybody would have their head in it, and it was never called. This year, you even get closer throwing that flag.
So the Jets with a 1st and 5 from the 35. The pitch for Jordan, who'll try the right side. Cuts it back out to about the 37-yard line. Pearson Trelo up from the secondary for the stop after a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Couple things when you see that play. It's nice. Your star running back is a little banged up. We don't know what's wrong with Curtis Martin yet. The Jets haven't told us, but you can bring in Lamont Jordan, which is it's pretty good stuff. And the other thing that comes, Pearson Trelo and Coy Wire will come up and blow it up. They do not hesitate to come up and attack the runners, and they're making a lot of hits at the line of scrimmage today.
Testaverde to throw. Far side, has a man, and that's complete. Santana Moss pulls it down, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Boy, nice throw, nice catch.
Curtis Martin in the first half on this catch, and watch the hit. He was hit high and low by London Fletcher, and Keith Newman limped off the field. Now the Jets are saying that there is nothing wrong with Martin, but Lamont Jordan is the man who has been in since the start of the half. Gerald Sowell is also in the backfield. That's Corbett in motion. Jordan, hole on the left side, 40, still on his feet, inside the 35-yard line to the 32. Coy Wire brought him down, but it's another Jet 1st down.
Yeah, Herman Edwards, we were talking to him last night, and I was saying, boy, it's nice. You have such a good change-up with backs. Lamont Jordan, he's big, he's fast, and not a lot of defensive backs want to come up and just take him on head on, and that time he fakes out Trelo and makes a good cut and picks up the extra yards.
14-yard run by Lamont Jordan, the longest run from scrimmage for the Jets today, and it's a 1st down. Jordan again. And nothing there. Chidi Ahanotu, Keith Newman led the charge.
That is just Keith Newman just going all out, showing speed, getting around the edge, and makes the play before the lineman can even get out there to block him. Watch the top of your screen. Diagnoses it. Oh, and just attacks the football.
Loss of 1, and it's 2nd and 11.
He wasn't even going to give J.P. Machado a chance to even block him. Just ran right around him.
And we get a timeout now. Timeout called by the Buffalo Bills. They used their first of the second half. We'll be right back. Curtis Martin continues to prowl the sideline with the training staff. Meanwhile, the Jets break the huddle. Line of scrimmage, 33-yard line of Buffalo. 2nd and 11. Chad Morton and Richie Anderson are in the backfield. Quick flip out here to Morton. Morton to the 30. And stretching forward, he's down at about the 27-yard line. And let's go down to Armin.
Thanks, Greg. As I said, Herm Edwards didn't sound terribly confident about Curtis Martin's condition coming out of the locker room. It's official now. He's got a twisted left ankle. His return is questionable. Back to you.
All right, Armin, as we watch Curtis Martin walking off to the locker room. Pickup of 6 on that last play. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Jets will spread the field with 5 wide receivers. Going downfield, it is, oh, what a catch by Chad Morton. Did he catch it? No, it's incomplete. Morton insists that he caught the football.
Well, let's take a look. It was ruled incomplete almost immediately. Testaverde sees nobody in the middle. Ball hit the ground. That's what it looks like. Watch as Chad Morton catches it. Well, here we go. Let's take a look again. Nice catch, gets it in his hands.
And now it's ruled a catch. The officials have talked about it and rule it a catch down inside the 5-yard line.
Check it out. Well, he definitely had control of it. It looks like his left hand, stayed under the football.
And now the fans are reacting to the replay on the scoreboard here.
Now we're going to see if we get a challenge by the Buffalo Bills.
What Greg Williams is going to do. Bob McElwee is going to take a trot over here to the near sideline and talk to Williams face to face.
Well, if it's ruled a catch, if you do challenge it, it's going to be awfully hard to overturn it.
Buffalo is challenging the ruling on the field that it is a catch.
That's the big point about ruling it a catch on the field, and now will the evidence be enough to overturn it as opposed to if they rule it incomplete?
Watch his hands, the left hand. It looks like it stays under the football there. Did it? What do you think, Greg?
It stays under the foot, and Bob McElwee would be looking for evidence that it was a catch rather than it was an incomplete pass.
You know, that was awesome. I said, wow, we're going to magnify. This is going to be great. You know what it is?
So, you know, I'm going to maintain it's possible for the ball to move even if Chad Morton has his hand underneath the football.
Oh, sure, sure.
Anyway, John Hall is on to attempt a 45-yard field goal. Boy, Greg Williams, if he had lost that, not only does his team face a 1st and goal from the 1, but he's down 2 timeouts. Hall is already hit from 34 yards away. And John Hall has been fairly automatic from this distance.
He's glad they're playing Buffalo on the road the first game of the year to get this wind and elements out of the way.
We talked about quarterbacks trying to throw in the weather up here during the winter. How about the kickers? Hall from 45. Straight enough and a lot of leg. And the Jets take a 20-17 lead. 10:50 to play in the 3rd quarter. You've heard. Charlie Rogers and Tony Driver are deep. This is Rodgers from the 12. And ran into some obstruction just across the 25. Gerald Soule with the tackle. Will take this opportunity to remind you, championship weekend concludes at the U.S. Open with the ultimate test of toughness. Andre Agassi taking on Pete Sampras in the men's final. You get more at CBSSportsline.com, America Online's keyword CBS Sportsline. And tennis aficionados will say that when they met last year in the quarterfinals, it's been called the greatest match ever in Arthur Ashe Stadium.
That's exciting stuff. They're doing it. I know Dick Enberg's excited about it. And hey, Dick Enberg, quite a tennis player himself. Had a chance to play with him one time. He was my partner. Yep, we wiped the opposition up.
Travis Henry. A little hop to his step as he gets out across the 35 to the 40 and a first down.
Boy, you know, usually when you watch a cutback, when a running play is supposed to go right and the running back breaks it back to the left like this, it usually takes the running back, it looks like work. Travis Henry, you'd say, well, that must have been designed to do that, because he does it with no effort, does it fast, and again, for a smaller running back, he has got some power.
Look at those numbers for Travis Henry so far this afternoon. And he's the unsung element of this offense coming into the season. Bledsoe got rid of it. Henry out of bounds at the 43.
He thinks he's like Don Nottingham or somebody, running into everybody as he goes down the field, and he's looking for contact. But you know, we laughed. You come up here, you watch practice. There's Travis Henry, Sean Bryson, another running back they got in the second round. Let's see, Peerless Price, first round wide receiver, University of Tennessee. Am I missing anybody? It's got to be more than that. But we had some good laughs about all the players that are around the league, and especially here in this game from the University of Tennessee.
Henry again. Running room, midfield, loose football. Let's see who's got it. The Jets. Josh Evans, number 91, comes away with the football.
Boy, the Buffalo Bills winning the battles up front, throwing it, running the ball, just running over the New York Jets. 3 turnovers now is just going to haunt them. Look at the hole. Look at the, oh, nice block.
Oh, he lost the football as he was changing hands.
Oh, Jennings did a terrific job. Left tackle blocking his guy all the way across. Oh, that's right. He's trying to switch hands. And Damian Robinson knocks it out.
Jets ball, their own 46-yard line. They lead 20-17. And you look at the turnover story so far today.
Hard to test the ball in the middle of the field.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Number 96, Grant Irons, the rookie out of Notre Dame.
I said at the beginning of the game, Benny Testaverde did not even fall to the ground in the preseason, and Jason Fabini just gets beat to the inside almost immediately.
Buffalo defense, loss of 8. It is 2nd and 18.
Well, they wanted to know how Testaverde was going to react to getting hit. He's reacted pretty well.
Chad Morton, nowhere. Eddie Robinson, one of those veterans that Greg Williams says, I wanted to add some people who have had championship experience.
Yep, Eddie Robinson's one of them at linebacker. Greg Williams, remember him from the days down with the Tennessee Titans, number 55. Great studier of what the offense is going to do. Always prepared and a good athlete, and he puts it all to use.
3rd and 19.
Central.
We're back, and there is Corey Dillon, and not much happening for Corey today. One of the NFL's great runners, going for a 6th straight 1,000-yard season. Only 4 people have done that. But not off today's numbers. He has done nothing. 7 carries for 1 yard, and now Hushman's out. He can't find much room to work on the kick return.
Corey Dillon has played a quarter and a half, still 999 yards away from that 1,000-yard mark.
And which offseason addition will have the biggest?
Putting the Jets in some tough situations.
The Jets need the 44-yard line of the Bills for a first down. Testaverde going to hold on to it and run out of bounds in the punting unit.
Tony Dungy bringing the defense.
Matt Turk will kick it away to Charlie Rogers. No, we said it during halftime. What a fun game.
Oh, it really is. Exciting. Jets are fighting for their life constantly, and it feels like it, but they're leading the game.
Rogers from the 27, 35, and out to about the 37-yard line. That's where Buffalo will put it in play. Drew Bledsoe's offense goes back to work after this.
And the Curtis Martin saga continues. Just a few moments ago, he came out from the locker room where he had been gone in for some x-rays on that sprained left ankle. And just moments ago, Greg, he left the field again, back into the locker room. We'll keep you posted. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. Buffalo takes over. Play fake, Bledsoe trying to get away from the rush and cannot, and is down back at his own 24-yard line. Sean Ellis and Josh Evans led the charge.
Well, they said to heck with that play-action fake, and that is one of the problems when you do these long play-action fakes against the New York Jets defensive linemen. They really don't care. Their job is to get up the field. Just hit the gap, get up the field, and just disrupt everything, and that's what they did that time.
You know, I was going to say, I thought it was a pretty good fake. It's just that the Jet linemen didn't care.
They don't care. It's the same. A lot of times for them, it's the same routine. Just go between whoever's trying to block you, get up the field, disrupt it, and let somebody else make the tackle.
So 2nd and 20 now for Bledsoe, and he calls timeout, and that'll be the second timeout to 17.
Well, you told me this year you weren't going to pick on me now. It's it. Really.
I lied.
You lied. Well, that's the first time ever, right?
27-yard line. Bledsoe from the shotgun. Penalty markers down. This play won't count.
I wonder why they stopped it. It must be against the Bills.
Neutral zone infraction. 94 defense, 5 yards, second down.
And that is the first time today we've had occasion to mention John Abraham, and it's not the way the Bills would like to hear his name in the highlights.
Well, John Abraham has he fought some injuries this preseason, came back late in the preseason, doing well, started today, but it's going to be harder for him to get all the sacks and be the pass rusher now, because you got Sean Ellis, who's doing well at defensive end. You got Evans, Josh Evans. Larry Webster's not even active today. Another good pass rusher.
Bledsoe. Penalty markers fly. He gets crushed. The pass is incomplete.
Going to be holding Jennings, left tackle.
This will back the Bills up, and oh, did Bledsoe take another hit?
I didn't see that. I was too busy looking down the field. Let's see the hit. Nice movement in the
number 75 offense, 10-yard penalty.
The penalty is on Jennings, and there's number 56, the ex-Buffalo Bill, Sam Cowart.
Well, a couple things. Drew Bledsoe moving in the pocket very well. Never took his hands off the football, so if he gets hit from behind, he would not have fumbled. And Greg, he didn't even go to the ground.
No, he didn't. How about Sam Cowart let up on him a little bit? 2nd and 25. A little heat down on the field today, you bet. Bledsoe, quick pass, Henry. Henry can't get away from Cowart. And he spins for a loss. And let's go to Jim Nance in New York for another NFL Today update. Jim?
All right, Greg, down in Jacksonville after Mark Brunell had just thrown his second touchdown of the game to put the Jags up. Peyton Manning comes right back with his second touchdown toss of the day, and both of them to Qadri Ismail. Colts lead it now, third quarter. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Now, with all due respect to Peyton Manning, I could have hit that one.
No, you couldn't. You would have crumbled under the pressure, even though there was nobody around him.
There was no pressure. There were no defenders.
You still would have ducked. And Qadri Ismail's caught more touchdowns there than he did in his career in Baltimore. He must love it being in Indianapolis.
Third and 29. Bledsoe steps up, quick pass, complete over the middle. Across the 25 is Travis Henry. And
those of you that want to engage in a little trivia, you're looking at the oldest active
without turning it over.
Well, on that last New York Jets drive, it went from minus 16 yards. The Bills get the football, and their drive is a minus 11. Santana Moss deep to return this punt. Nice kick by Mortimer. Moss all the way back to his own 10-yard line. And is down at the 19. Anthony Denman with the special teams tackle on Moss. Moss almost lost the handle. Jets have the football.
Welcome to the bar.
Handoff Green. And a frustrating debut for the rookie William Green to win.
My finger! Oh, my hand! From the producers of Soul Food and Men of Honor.
Man, what kind of car is it, man? Cameron. Wait, now that's a good car. I got one of them.
Barbershop.
Who drank my apple juice? Run!
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, September 13th.
Today, your home is probably your best investment. So today, there's no better time to come to Lowe's. Lowe's has the full line of Pella windows and doors. Everything from front doors and back doors to colonial and French. And every kind of window you could possibly want. We'll customize, even install. And no one ever beats Lowe's prices. Because Lowe's has low prices every day, guaranteed. That's our promise. Lowe's, improving home improvement.
Gentlemen,
we'd like to buy a song from you.
for our new ad campaign,
You know our stuff. I saw you at the Cal Palace in '77.
we need something uplifting.
Classic rock.
Why do you need a song?
Our customers hate us.
Our systems are a mess.
No one operator can access all the systems.
You have to repeat your account number over and over.
And you expect a song to fix that?
E-business integration from IBM. It's smarter than a song.
3 dead, Sam.
Let the detectives from Van Nuys Division know. Robbery homicide's taking it.
They want to open to the southwest U.S.
Go!
Put your hands on your head.
I don't want to die. Really? Who does?
Robbery Homicide Division. Premieres CBS Friday, September 27th.
Question of the day: which offseason addition is going to have the biggest impact in the NFL in the year 2002? Is it Bledsoe to the Bills, Ricky Williams to the Dolphins, John Gruden to the Bucks, Steve Spurrier in Washington, or Tony Dungy with the Colts? Cast your vote at NFL.com. First down Jets. Jordan and Anderson in the backfield. Quick pass, that's complete to Coles. Coles escapes one tackle, lost a shoe in the process, is out across the 30-yard line.
Well, Lavernius Coles, the Jets really with the short passing game today, finding ways to get it into the hands of the receivers and lost that shoe. Nate Clemens pulled it right off.
By the way, Armin Katayan informs us from the sideline that although we do not know the results of the x-ray on Curtis Martin, he is not expected to return today. He will not return today. First down for the Jets. Jordan. Loose ball. And it's the Bills with it.
I don't know who caused the fumble, but Pat Williams, number 93, what a job he did inside to really just destroy the play. Watch 93. Hit, Kevin Mawai gets off, stays there. Oh, he causes the fumble too. That's like a triple hitter. No, it could have been somebody from the other side. Let's see who knocks it loose. Could have been Kendrick Offense who knocked it out, but Pat Williams, what a play.
And we have yet another change in momentum in this game. Buffalo with the ball at the Jet 29-yard line.
Well, the Bills have been running the football so well, I'd be surprised if they don't try to go right at the Jets here, just running the ball.
Henry. Lots of running room on the right side.
Yeah, that's it. You know, they're just catching the Jets. The Jets, the backside pursuit. So whoever it is, the linebacker or the safety, they're just over pursuing, and Travis Henry is taking advantage of it every time. Oh my gosh, Josh Evans gets blown out of the play completely. I couldn't see if that was that Mike Williams hitting him? Could have been Marcus Sullivan doing it. What a block.
Travis Henry, 109 yards rushing on the day. He's going to get to add to that here to the 10.
Well, they learned their lesson that last series. They went for the play action pass, trying to get it in the air, get a cheap score. Hey, you're winning the physical battle. Just run at them.
Picked up 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, if I sound surprised about Travis Henry, I am. Because I didn't get a chance to watch the Buffalo Bills one time last year. I saw him in college. I knew he was good. Thought he'd be a good pro. Well, boy.
Henry with a career-high rushing yardage, 114 today. Henry again. A couple more as he ducks inside the 10-yard line. Mo Lewis with the stop. But as we discussed these Bills and the offense, we talked most of the day on Friday, Phil, about Eric Moulds and Peerless Price and Josh Reed and Jay Reamersma and Drew Bledsoe and even Larry Centers. And Travis Henry really didn't come up.
We didn't even think about it. But it's interesting. You talk about football, and we talk about the quarterbacks, and we talk about this and all these other people, but it always comes down to the big guys. Whose big guys are winning the battle to let their small guys have the success? And the Bills' offensive line, they're winning up front. Travis Henry's taking advantage of it.
Bledsoe for the throw. Pass to the 5-yard line is complete to Moulds, and Moulds is brought down very close to a first down.
Always know where the first down marker is.
We're going to have a measurement.
It looked like he had it easy. He makes the move, loses yardage, and then all of a sudden, Eric Moulds did a good job of fighting to get back to where he originally caught the football.
If this is not a first down, it's going to be really close.
Oh, if it's not, they're going to go for it. The way they're running the football.
First and goal.
Let's watch Eric Moulds catch the pass. Nice job by Drew Bledsoe. It was supposed to go to his front side. It's not open. He turns and goes right back to his left real quick. Whew. Well, you know what? He didn't get a great spot. Let's watch Greg Williams. There you go. All right. Oh, what a
Greg Williams doing his Peerless Price impression. First and goal, Buffalo. Henry and Centers in the backfield. Henry right up the middle.
Oh, man. They are, look like nothing. It looked like maybe a yard gain, and it's just plow it in there. Trying to see where they spot it. Trey Teague making his first career start at center. Mike Williams at right tackle. Rookie, his first career start. Everybody, Reuben Brown, he's the left guard. He's the only one that has experience.
3 tight ends. Henry, right side. Touchdown.
Reuben Brown pulling from the left guard, comes around, and it's just a meeting of big people, and Buffalo's meat takes it into the end zone. Watch it. Look at Reuben Brown coming around, hit somebody. Oh yeah, just hit everybody. Oh yes, Reuben Brown actually occupies 2 Jet defenders and lets Travis Henry get in there for the touchdown.
Mike Hollins for the extra point. It is good. It takes Bledsoe and the Bills 6 plays after the fumble.
Come on, it's right here. Come on, I got it for you. To his credit, the field judge never even looked at it.
Yeah.
Terry
might jump up into the top 5.
Well, they're going to have to put in more work than what we're seeing today in order for that to happen, because this San Diego Chargers offensive line has really taken it to the Bengals defensive line, and Marty Schottenheimer has to be happy. This is what he likes. He likes a very physical football team, a team that can impose its will on the other team and really take what you want, and that's what the San Diego Chargers is doing today.
Well, they are imposing their will, and now they go back to Fletcher running hard.
The open field all the time in the world to set up, and against the Kansas City zone, Quincy Morgan finds a soft spot.
6 catches, 88 yards for Morgan. Play action, looking for it all. Oh, there's separation, and David.
These 2 new guards.
Well, and you know, there won't be so much talk up here in Buffalo about all the young coaches, and because they got quite a few coaches from the college ranks up here.
Buffalo grabs the lead at 24-20. Jordan and Morton are deep. Morton from 98 yards away. Right side, tripped up at the 25-yard line and goes down. A reminder, Mondays this fall on CBS, the network that brought you CSI, takes you to a whole new world of crime scene investigation. CSI Miami, Mondays this fall on CBS.
You know, when I was a player, I worried about defenses the night before the game. Now as an announcer, I worry about pronouncing names. So I worried about the Buffalo line. If it does well, you got to mean Ronnie Vinkerleck. No, that's not right. Vinklerick. There you go. I said it too fast. How's that?
You have about a quarter and another 50 seconds to work on it.
I didn't think I'd have to mention his name, but I had to bring it up because they think he's too inexperienced to coach him. But he's done a terrific
Jordan,
job.
this side, breaks loose, 40, out across the 40 to 43-yard line, and it will be Lamont Jordan the rest of the day. The Jets tell us Curtis Martin's x-rays were negative.
Boy, nice job by Jason Fabini that time. Got beat on a pass protection earlier, but boy, Lamont Jordan looked like a bigger version of Travis Henry on that play.
I really like the fact that the last time he touched the ball, he fumbled it. And so what does Herman Edwards do? Give him the football right away.
You know, coaches don't think about that stuff. They just say, let's run it. And he happens to be back there. Give it to him.
Pass complete to Coles. And Coles out across midfield and into Buffalo territory. And the clock winds down on us here in the third quarter. What a football game. We still have another 15 minutes to play. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Buffalo 24, the Jets 20. You know, we have seen more quarterback blocks in one game today.
That's right. We've seen 2 pretty good ones.
Yeah. First down, Jets. They trail by 4. Testaverde throws incomplete. Lavernius Cole's intended receiver, Kendrick Office, chasing him out of bounds.
Well, when Testaverde made the fake, I was like, uh-oh, look out, because the Bills were blitzing. If you start running the football on any team in this league, how do you stop it? You just put more people up there, and that time the Bills crowd the line. Testaverde makes the fake, but One, pressure from the defenders, and two, nobody was open down the field. The Bills actually defensively have been a little conservative. Here comes another blitz.
Lamont Jordan. Oh, what contact at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, when you talk about the Jets, one of the reasons they're going to try to have success this year, Kevin Mawai trying to work, push. Oh, man, that's a nice job. Trying to push here and Schobel around. Maybe the strength of the team, the Jets' offensive line, not having a great day.
Bills fans come to their feet, exhorting the defense. 3rd and 9. Penalty markers fly with the complete pass to Anthony Beck. Let's see what the call is.
Somebody in the neutral zone. Nope.
Oh, that's going to be movement by the Jets.
Question is, what do? You send them back a few yards, you let them have the short gain and let them kick a field goal.
Greg Williams trying to figure that very thing.
This really is. This is right in between.
Illegal formation, number 67, was not on the line of scrimmage. Penalty is declined, 4th down.
So they're going to let the play stand.
Kareem McKenzie, where is he? 67. They say he's not up on the line. His helmet has to go in front of the center's belt line, and that time it did not. And Greg Williams makes the decision I think you have to make. You let him have the short gain.
And John Hall will attempt a 48-yard field goal.
And let him try the long field goal. That's right.
Hall has enough leg. He's proven that today. He missed it right.
Looked like he kicked it too easy.
Now Greg Williams, not only do they miss the field goal, look at the field position he has coming back.
Florida. You remember Gerard from last year. He got a lot of attention for leveling Mark Brunell. An affable, nice fella, but a guy who's destined to be a dominant inside force in this game. He is the man on the inside of the Browns defense.
Even last year, second half of the season, you could see the learning curve. He started to dominate. Thrown to Eddie Kennison. Kansas City unable to run the football. And Trent Green continues.
Would love to see what this guy could accomplish.
Eddie Kennison. Denver last year were well documented. He told Mike Shanahan on a Saturday night that I'm going to retire. I'm going to leave the program. I thought we'd seen the last of Eddie Kennison in the National Football League, and he's made a recovery.
On 1st and 10 from the 40, Green goes to Tony Gonzalez. And Gonzalez makes the catch at the 26-yard line. Robert Griffith, the tackle. 14.
Just seeing an exhibition of fine quarterback play by both Trent Green and Kelly Holcomb. That was a strike to Tony Gonzalez, who's kind of proving to everybody that maybe training camp is overrated. I think it's only overrated if you're a truly superior future Hall of Famer like Tony Gonzalez. I think the ordinary guys need it.
Draw play. Holmes on 1st down. Priest Holmes breaking free. Oh, what an individual effort by Holmes and a touchdown.
And the 47-yard field goal, and the Bills with the football now in pretty good field position. Henry close to the 40 and lost his helmet in the process.
You know, I got to talk. We've talked a lot today about Drew Bledsoe, Greg, but We kind of knew this before we came up, but we talked to Greg Williams and the general manager, Tom Donahoe, and they even confirmed it that last year when the Patriots were playing the Bills and Drew Bledsoe was the backup, both of them made a point to go watch Drew Bledsoe warm up here and in New England just to see him throw, and they both came back and looked at each other and go, man, he can really throw it. And that's what really started the thoughts back then about getting Drew Bledsoe to become a Buffalo Bill.
Penalty markers down. This play won't count.
Didn't get it off in time.
Delay of the game. Offense. 5 yards. Second down.
But, you know, to go back to that, so that, because everybody in the league, if you're thinking about changing quarterbacks or you want to, what you would call a franchise quarterback, somebody you could build around, there's Tom right there. Everybody knew that it could, that Drew Bledsoe most likely was not going to be part of the New England Patriots this year. So a lot of teams are sitting around waiting, and I think at draft day the Bills make the deal, but I know there were other teams that would love him. We're going to try to get his services, but they were going to try to wait the Patriots out and see if they could get him for really nothing at all.
Second and 14. Bledsoe hit in the backfield and finally got away, completes the pass. Josh Reed on the receiving end. How did Drew Bledsoe get out of that and still complete the ball?
Well, it's interesting. He missed last season because of a hit of number 57, Mo Lewis, but that's the guy he pulls away from. Mo Lewis has him. Oh, man. Helps to be about 6'5" or 6'6" and 245 pounds.
Once upon a time.
Look at that.
One upon a time, that would have been one of those horrendous in the grasps.
Oh, you're right. Boy, what a play. Gives them a chance to keep the drive going.
On 3rd and 2, quick pass, incomplete over the middle, intended for Price.
Let him a little too much. Hadn't made too many bad throws today, but that time a little anxious, sometimes you throw a quick pass over the middle as a quarterback, it'll make you nervous. So he was about a foot too far in front of the receiver.
When have you seen Drew Bledsoe show so much emotion on his sleeves as he has today?
Well, he's come in. He's been a speaker, a talker, a leader for this team. Didn't do that much of that when he was with the New England Patriots. And, of course, when you sit out a year and don't get to play, like he said, I missed it. I realized I love football and want to play.
Josh Reed moved on the line, and that'll back the Bills up another 5 yards.
Number 82, offense, 5 yards, 4th down.
You know, we should point out, too, the Buffalo Bills are sporting a new look today.
Yeah, I like it. Uniforms, the red stripe on the side of the jersey, stripe on the pants has changed a little.
I suppose when you're coming out of the locker room, you got to make sure you have those stripes aligned correctly.
You're such a fashion expert.
Well, block. Bouncing on the far side of the field and out of bounds. And Mr. Momentum swings the way of the New York Jets now.
Unbelievable. I guess you could say first day, first game of the year, penalties, turnovers, kick return for a touchdown, and now the block kick.
Oh, Jason Glenn right up the middle as he's falling, sticks his left arm out and gets the block.
Jason Glenn, a reserve linebacker.
You're okay,
from Texas A&M. What a job.
What a turnaround. The Jets with the ball at the Buffalo 24. Testaverde to throw, incomplete. The pass intended for Cole. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Looked like Testaverde had his arm hit as he was throwing the football that time.
Well, we touched on it earlier. The Jets, not just in the preseason, but over the last several years, have just done a tremendous job of protecting Vinny Testaverde.
Couple reasons. Good offensive line, good schemes, knowing where to pick blitzers up, Testaverde being so big, gets rid of the football. Football moved out of position that time. He gets rid of the football and just avoids sacks. As Kevin Mawai says, man, the offensive line, they love him because they know you almost have to miss your guy completely for Vinny Testaverde to get a sack.
Jets spread the field.
Here they come.
Bills on the blitz, quick pass over the middle, and that's complete, close to the 15-yard line to the tight end, Beck, who's played a huge role in the Jet offense today.
Boy. London Fletcher comes in. Watch Testaverde. Right. Nobody can block him. He knows they can't. Makes a good throw to Anthony Beck.
Pickup of 8 will make it 3rd and 2. Beck, 4 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown today. Jordan.
No decision here. Yep, Pearson. Hey, again, too many defenders. Greg Williams, defense, what's he say? He goes, hey, to stop their running game, we just got to outnumber them. Put more guys up there than they can block and see if we can make a tackle. That's what they did on that play.
So Hall will come on again, and he'll try this one from 33 yards out. And it's good. So the Jets turn the block punt into 3 points. They pull to within 1, 24-23 Buffalo.
Switch to Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service and give your business the lowest cost shipping on 2 to 3 day packages. You'll save so much with Priority Mail. You'll have enough left over to treat yourself. Spare change. Brought to you by the United States Postal Service.
Dennis, listen, got a little advertising opportunity for you, Pally. Foot powder.
Yeah, foot powder, right. Forget about it.
Well, before you say that, it's a truckload of money.
Sam, I don't do commercials, period.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir. I told them that.
Know why I don't do commercials?
Why's that, pal?
Because they're dishonest. They lie.
Boy, that's strong language.
I'm supposed to peddle some product I don't even use. Forget about it. I'm not going to do it.
I wouldn't let you do it.
You better believe it.
Riblets, riblets, riblets. Applebee's has riblets. All that you can eat now, riblets.
Hurry into Applebee's, because even though the riblets never end, this offer does.
I think this photo paper is just what you're looking for.
Wow, great price.
David White, 3-time Employee of the Month, Dan.
He has a natural ability to match a customer's need.
In 0-2.
Paints a word picture.
I haven't heard that in a while. I like it.
Morton Anderson on a kickoff. And it's taken by Andre King. King. Middle of the field to the 34-yard line. Michael Cloud with a stop on special teams. Championship weekend.
9 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. The Bills 24, the Jets 23. Hall kicks it away. This will be Charlie Rogers at the 1. 20. Penalty marker down on the far side of the field.
Who has had such a tremendous afternoon right up until he coughed up the football on their last drive.
Back the Bills up.
Holding number 8.
Opportunity to remind you, next Sunday, the NFL on CBS rolls out doubleheader action, including Tom Brady and the Super Bowl Patriots at Vinny and the Jets. The Titans take on the Cowboys in the late game. Many of you will see Brian Greasy and the Broncos battle.
Come right back in. Of course, he's 29. He's not a kid, but experience-wise, he is.
Quincy Morgan has cracked the 100-yard plateau. Nearly intercepted.
First down, Buffalo. Here comes Henry, left side. And out to about the 20-yard line, Josh Evans with the stop. Boy, Travis Henry runs hard, doesn't he? 9 minutes to play here in the fourth. Henry has done a superlative job today.
You know, Greg, that's the kind of running back here that everybody looks for. Somebody that gets the tough yards, you know, that extra yard that gets 3 yards instead of 2, and it just keeps the offense at 1 yard or 2 yards extra. Really makes a difference when you're calling plays.
Bledsoe. Incomplete, intended for Moles, and Sam Cowart may have gotten a hand on that. You know, you consider Travis Henry has 3 rushing touchdowns today. The Bills managed 9 all last season.
Well, that's a couple things, Greg. That's why they changed a lot of the offensive line and went in a new direction, because they were unhappy with so many of the players up here, and the potential, the power, and the athletic ability of this offensive line really sets them up to have a good year running the football.
Third and 6. Bledsoe hangs in there. Now gets rid of it. Wide open is Eric Moles. And Moles still free. Inside the 35, inside the 30. First down, Buffalo.
So many times you talk about, and I say this, you're going to make so many more plays when you stand in the pocket, and just think of the presence, the patience, and the courage it takes for a quarterback to stand there like that Drew Bledsoe did, and Eric Mold sees it, breaks the route, and gets wide open for a huge play by the Buffalo Bills.
52 yards on the play. Back to the ground game, and Travis Henry, and Henry is wrapped up.
That's what
Quincy Morgan gets so wide open over there.
Penalty against Kansas City.
I've said this a lot of times. The best in the history of the game was Dan Marino. I always say, hey, the most mobile guy I ever saw was him, because he could scoot 2 yards to his right, get an extra half a second, and somebody get wide open, they get a 30-yard gain.
Always made that first guy miss.
Always, and that's important. Look what it did. Think about world-class runners getting an extra second to run down the field, what they can do, and that's what these wide receivers are.
Bledsoe goes down.
See, I'm talking about all this mobility. Look what happens. But you know what happened. Somebody stepped on his foot.
Loss of 6 on the play. Let's check it out.
Hey, let's see who does it. See if it's the guard or the center. It's the guard.
Yep.
Ruben Brown. Oh, yeah. That's kind of dangerous. You can really hurt your foot. He had one exactly like this in the last exhibition game against the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to tell you, Drew Bledsoe hit the ground and bounced about 3 times when it happened. So
Josh Reed is in the lineup. Play clock is down to 4 to 3 to 2. And they get it off. Bledsoe pass incomplete, intended for Henry. And Jason Furman.
Let's face it, any success they've had, Ian, has come by throwing the ball.
Absolutely.
So I guess they tried to change the pace. Look at this strike by Kelly Holcomb. Now, granted, the guy he's throwing to is wide open.
And on comes Mike Hollis. Brought in to help shore up one of the many sore spots from a year ago. This will be a 50-yard attempt by Hollis.
Get there!
Missed it to the right. 6:22 to play. We stay at a 1-point Bills lead.
Yo, Buff
Busta Rhymes. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
I'm on a date with this honey, Erica. Right. Man, you could hook me up if you came by the table and said hi.
See what I can do, man.
Yo, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, old dog, what's going on?
Buster, can't you see I'm busy? Keeps calling me. Want to rap on my record.
Look, you got disrespected. I don't think I got dissed at all.
Why you say that?
Did y'all meet Erica yet?
From last night?
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Boom, 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 boom. You knocked me out right off of my feet. Take you home with me. Put you in my house. Boom, 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 boom. Pow, 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 pow. I like it like that.
Loose.
I'm born loose.
For every generation.
You put a lot into getting your car. The least you can do is spend a little more to protect it. Don't settle for anything less than Syntec by Castrol. Its patented technology provides ultimate protection for your engine. Syntec by Castrol. It's the most important thing you can do for your car.
More rain tomorrow with the chance of thunderstorms.
Hi, honey, I'm home. Sorry you got rained out.
Greg Williams, the coach of the Buffalo Bills, says, you think the kicking game is not important in this league? Skims the upright and wide right.
He missed that by a hair or a scooch or a tad.
That's a scooch.
Oh, it's scooch. Testaverde on first down. On the slant. Oh, what hands by Lavernius Coles. He held on to it.
Of Priest Holmes. He can run a balanced offense at the Browns right here, running it or throwing it because of number 31.
From the Cleveland 48-yard line, this is a 2nd and 6 for Kansas City. Out of the shotgun, Green wants to throw it.
For more, CBSSportsline.com. America Online, enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
Boy, the crowd will be into that match in New York. That's exactly who all the fans wanted to see get in the finals.
2nd and 2, quick pass out to the side, and that's Jordan as a receiver, and he has enough for the first down across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
Well, that's a nice play. The Jets, I don't know.
Right people. And then on top of it all, have the physical stamina and conditioning to perform at this level on a really hot day.
A 1-year, $3 million contract for Gonzalez. Pump fake. And again, some razzle-dazzle. They hand it off to Priest Holmes. Holmes with a stutter.
First down for Testaverde and the Jets. Out of the backfield is Richie Anderson, and Anderson out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Clock continues to move, or stops now at 5 minutes.
21 carries, 114 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Both of these offensive lines have played well. The Browns more in pass protection. The Chiefs on both ends of the offensive spectrum, running and passing.
15th 100-yard game for Priest Holmes. Tony Richardson gets a crack at
that much fun.
Oh, they're having a good time. No, but I've noticed them throwing water over their heads during the timeout, so it's even hot for them today.
2nd and 1. Testaverde. Intercepted. Penalty markers fly. Pearson Pryor.
Tate.
Anthony Beck said he was interfered with. Let's see what the call is.
Holding on the defense.
Kansas City looking to regain the lead. Handoff. Holmes. Holmes cuts it inside for the touchdown. Priest Holmes with a monster day. His 4th touchdown of the year.
Defensive pass interference, number 55. First down.
The penalty is on Eddie Robinson. Let's take a look.
Watch it as he goes down the field. Anthony Beck leans into him. Oh, boy. When I saw Testaverde look down the middle.
Much here in 0-2.
Holmes with 76 yards rushing in the fourth quarter. Eighth.
Penalty good for an 18-yard pickup. First down, Jets at the 18-yard line. Testaverde to the end zone. Touchdown! Wayne Krebet on the receiving end of an 18-yard touchdown pass, and the Jets regain the lead.
The Jets not throwing the football down the field very much, but it must have been a double move by Wayne Krebet to get that wide open. Here he is in the slide. Let's see if he makes a little move. Oh, he just runs right at Nate Clemens, makes a little move and freezes him, and he runs right by him.
First catch of this half by Krebet, and the Jets are going to go for 2.
Makes sense. The Jets are up 5. Kicking the extra point puts them up 6. That doesn't help. The Buffalo Bills would need a touchdown.
And Lamont Jordan will be the only one behind Testaverde. Quick pass, and that's good to Brett. Two-point conversion after the Jets go 60 yards in just over a minute and a half. They lead it 31-24.
So that's your DirecTV system, and you're signed up with NFL Sunday Ticket.
So I'll get my Bears games.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Julie, you grew up in Green Bay. You married a guy, not a football team.
We get the Packers too, right?
Yeah.
You're number 1, Brett.
Packers? Who's Brett?
Dan. I'm Dan.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 14 regular season games every Sunday, and it's not on cable. Now get our best programming package free for 4 months.
For a 1-point lead, and they will kick off to the Browns with 3:05 left to go here in the fourth.
Kansas City's going to challenge this, Ian, as well they should. Dick Vermeil just threw his red flag out on the field.
So the head coach of the Chiefs, Dick Vermeil, who's been at this a long time, his 12th year as
a couple beers.
Forward progress spot on the try for point.
In other words, Kansas City wants a 2-point play here. What's really at stake here, everybody, is where was the rest of Trent?
Only lost one season, and it would be appropriate.
Play in the fourth. The New York Football Jets over Buffalo right.
Music in midair and tries to stretch out across at the last moment.
Keep in mind, everybody, I don't want to be redundant in saying this, but the ruling on the field was that he did not get
the play. The Jets have regained the lead at 31-24. There have been 4 lead changes today. Here's Charlie Rogers from the 6. Oh, hit just across the 20-yard line by right under.
It's simple. It's a jump ball between about a 6'5" tight end and a 5'10" defensive back in Coy Wire. And what they do, they put him in motion just to get him in position where he could get front of the defensive back, shield him, throw it to him. It worked well.
see the number of times Drew Bledsoe has brought his team from behind in the fourth quarter. Deep out, incomplete, almost intercepted.
5 seconds, he's forced to risk a timeout.
Now Mr. Blum has seen enough.
Tough. This is a tough call
After
for Ron
reviewing
Blum.
the play, the call on the field was correct.
Yeah.
The extra point is no good. The runner was down short of the goal line.
Not enough. Not enough video to back.
That is the moment of truth. When the ball is in the look for the ball or raking.
Travis Henry right up the middle, out to the 30-yard line. You know, we've talked about the inexperience of this offensive line for the Buffalo Bills, but there is a very large young man at right tackle by the name of Mike Williams that everybody is just saying there are going to be great things from him, and he has all the promise. Boy, is he big.
Yeah, he's big and he's in shape. You see that weight 370 and everybody goes, well, he's got to be fat. Nope, not much fat on that body, just a big human being.
Fourth player selected overall in the draft.
And he just needs some time. He is going to be terrific.
Bledsoe, quick drop, quick throw to Moles, and Moles breaks free down the.
It's a short kick. King moves forward and catches at the 13.
Hands, doesn't let the ball get to his body to slow him down. Watch the throw. Oh, nice catch. It's down into the outside, and because he's so big and strong, he's going to break tackles for you.
Drew told us the other day, Eric Moles is explosive to the football and explosive after the catch. Moles has racked up 61 receiving yards here in the fourth quarter alone. Bledsoe going to go deep. And overthrows everyone. Donnie Abraham hoping for the interception there.
I think that was a case in point. Drew Bledsoe changing the play at the last second. He knew he was going to have single coverage outside, and that's just another reason why he loves this offense that Kevin Gilbride has installed for him, because he has the flexibility and the power to change the play when he wants like that.
Moles caught a couple in a row and ran the long pattern, so now he comes to the sideline, and Charles Johnson, number 89, 9-year veteran receiver, takes his place in the lineup on 2nd and 10.
Let's see if it's a draw.
Bledsoe.
Injured Tim Couch. Underneath pass. Is it a clean catch? At the
play calling, almost, you have to think about it. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the game. You have one timeout. Let's see if the Buffalo Bills pick up a first down here. They almost put themselves in a situation, they're in a situation where they have to play 4-down football.
Bledsoe from the shotgun. And is dragged down. Jason Ferguson, with a blocker in front of him, went over the blocker to Bledsoe.
Well, Jason Ferguson, the Jets really missed him last year. Terrific run stopper, and just a
point. Handoff, Jamel White, and driven back at the 29. Mike Mislowski making that stop along with Greg Wesley. We have hit the.
Boy, are they glad to have him back healthy.
Gosh, I want to yell to all these fans, where are you going?
Mormon got roughed. Santana Moss pulls this one in, and penalty markers fly at this end of the field.
I think both of them by the New York Jets, too.
Blocking in the back down here and roughing the punter back upfield. Well, Greg Williams has options.
Well, no, I think they're going to talk here. I couldn't see who ran into the punter. Was he blocked into him?
Well, while the officials discuss it, here's Bob McElwee.
Better in your mouth, better outside, better in your house. Better on the couch, better on your lawns, better get it now.
Damian Robinson.
Yeah, he's still on the ground.
And that penalty marker is right next to him, too.
Well, let's look at it. Here it comes. 22, Damian Robinson, push from the outside. Oh, my gosh. Well, there's no question that was just roughing the punter.
That is 4 personal foul calls on the Jets today.
Personal foul.
37-36, Kansas City leading Cleveland. Ian Eagle along with Dan Deerdorf. This has been a wild one. 8 lead changes.
Browns.
Watch him as he comes around. Tries to beat the corner block. Billy Jenkins.
On a handoff for Jamel White, emerging through a hole, and he gets to the 25-yard line. 3.
Can't block it. And I said to you earlier, Greg, I'd love to know the
scar tissue in his right elbow, unable to go here today. So Kelly Holcomb makes his first start in nearly
3 extra plays and make it into a score.
Bledsoe gives straight up the middle. Henry out across
field during the course of a regular season game. Lots of preseason action during his career, some work overseas, and he has had his moment, and he's shown everybody that he's ready.
And now I think, too, the Buffalo Bills, oh, absolutely. Play calling, always have to have in the back of your mind, we have 4 downs now instead of 3.
Bills with 1 timeout remaining. Deep drop for Bledsoe. Throws, and that is incomplete.
I don't know. Who answers to
Intended, it looks like, for Peerless Price.
Well, bad decision. The good thing for Drew Bledsoe on that is he has a good strong arm, and they just couldn't handle the throw. That's what it was. That was a bad decision, trying to stuff it in there when there was just nowhere to put it in.
Bledsoe, 2 of his last 9 throwing the ball. 3rd and 2. Henry stacked up at the 40.
White up the middle. Ryan Sims, the rookie, number 6 pick, first man there to move him backwards. And we will move on.
Let the clock go to 2 minutes so you have time to talk.
From right here, 40 to 41 yards.
We told you earlier, Kansas City, no timeouts remaining. They will get the football back with just about 30 seconds
and
or
that timeout that they used to challenge, which we all agreed that Dick Vermeil had to do, that is really costing them right now.
And now Cleveland has used its final timeout with 33 seconds showing on the clock.
Dick Vermeil wishes he had that timeout, wishes he would have been able to stop this clock prior to when the Browns just stopped it now. Cleveland is successful with his field goal.
You know, stating the obvious, it's so important to get off to a good start, feel good about yourself on opening day. Kansas City last year opened 1-6. They just couldn't get out of that hole. Cleveland, on the other hand, did get off to a good start. They were 6-4, and then injuries just ravaged them at the tail end of the season. NFL kickoff weekend.
And right now, Phil Dawson's heart rate, I would say, is somewhere around 150.
He has converted on 18 straight field goal attempts. 40-yard attempt. Gardocki will hold it. Dawson. He's got it.
Breast fillets, tender, crispy, and
No, that's good. That's good. Marvin, way to go, baby!
It's hot out there. It's
Buffalo Bills, 4th and 3, 2 minutes to play. The Bills are down to 1 timeout.
Here's what I would do. I'd get up the line of scrimmage. I would call the play. I would try to draw them off sides with a hard count. Bledsoe has not done that today. If they don't jump, I would have called a timeout because it looks like they're not going to blitz. They're going to play back.
Bledsoe pulls it down, now throws, over the middle, incomplete. First down, Buffalo. Peerless Price was there.
How many times today? Strong, it's really rewarded him in standing in the pocket, and what a play that time, and what a job by his offensive linemen staying with their blocks.
Plenty of time, coming up on 1.5 minutes to play. Bledsoe throws, and that's complete. A marker is down.
All right, now.
Steve McNair, by the way, is out on the.
Dawson will kick it off. Dante Hall is waiting. Hall has to go to the other side of the field to get it.
What a kick.
From the 20. Hall to the 30. Remains on his feet to the 35.
Backs them up to the 40-yard line. 1:19 to play. 1st and 20. Bledsoe got rid of it. Incomplete.
Tried to get into the end zone on a 2-point conversion. He was inches short. And that's the difference in the ball game to this point right here. The Chiefs have got to work the sidelines. No timeouts left.
7 defensive backs for Cleveland. Green steps up in the pocket. Green, pump fake, and slides down at the 47. Only 10 seconds left. A 12-yard scamper, but more costly because of the clock. 5 seconds left.
They'll get
Green
one.
Bledsoe, 24 of 37 for 237 yards today, and he's been intercepted twice. Give it to Henry. Henry up the middle, inside the 35 to the 34.
And the Cleveland Browns remember the Chicago Bears. It's not over till it's over. Last year in one of the wackiest finishes you will ever see. 4 seconds remaining. Browns looking to hold on. 39 to 37. Green takes the snap. Green steps up. Under some heat. He got rid of it. John Tate is running with the football. Flags come down. And Tate is forced out of bounds at the 20.
Fans standing by. Stand by. Championship weekend concludes at the U.S.
The penalty. The game can't end on a defensive penalty. Dwayne Rudd threw his helmet.
He thought he had sacked Trent Green, and in celebration, figuring there's no time on the clock, he took off his helmet.
Unsportsmanlike penalty. Number 57, Cleveland, threw his helmet during the play. It's a tack-on penalty, half the distance to the goal. Extend the down. One untimed down.
This is unbelievable. The game cannot end on a defensive penalty. Rudd throwing his helmet is going to give the Chiefs an opportunity for a field goal here to win the game. Look at him there on the left side of your screen. He doesn't even know that John Tate is running with the football. The play is still going on.
What a turn of events.
What a gaffe.
Given that they're going to jump off sides.
Bledsoe pump fakes, now goes to the end zone. Touchdown!
And this is a 30-yard field goal attempt.
With zeros on the clock. And this is a disbelieving Cleveland Browns stadium crowd.
Gammon will snap it. Straczynski will hold it. Morton Anderson, the oldest player in the NFL. 30 yards away. Anderson. He nails it. Kansas City wins.
What a play.
Eric Moulds had 17 receiving yards in the first 3 quarters today, 95 here in the 4th. This is for the tie.
Game. 4 seconds on the clock at the beginning of this. The clock has already expired. On the left, Rudd throws his helmet while the play is still going on.
He comes in. Oh, boy, you know what it was? It was nothing that Eric Moulds does. It was Drew Bledsoe. He makes the pump fake, and it kept the safety to the outside. Oh, and it almost goes through. See the pump fake? It kept Damian Robinson to the outside, and it stopped James Darling from getting deeper.
Drew Bledsoe's first touchdown pass with the Buffalo Bills comes with 26 seconds on the clock.
And Greg, you heard about it. How did he get open down the middle? But it was the pump fake by Bledsoe that kept the safety wide, and then the linebacker, who was supposed to be really deep that time to stop that throw, hesitated. Eric Moulds gets behind him. Watch the pump fake by Bledsoe. Oh, boy, and they did nice. Oh, that froze him. But James Darling again in the middle froze too. And they double team John Abraham. They stopped their best pass rusher.
Bills completed 2 4th-down attempts on that drive to keep it alive. Now remember, Chad Morton has a 98-yard kickoff return earlier today. He's deep with Lamont Jordan.
Well, you got to kick it. 26 seconds, 3 timeouts for the Jets. I would not squib it.
Chad Morton from the 8. Looking for running room, running out of options, and is down at the 25-yard line. Charlie Rogers made the stop, 17-yard return.
Well, it's a 2 deep. Let's go and look at this touchdown one more time. Everybody's going to say, well, why wasn't he hit? They're back off because it's 4th and about 9 to 10. The safety's there. The fake outside keeps him wide. Oh, and Eric Moulds almost dropped it. And I'll tell you, everybody's going to go, well, why was the safety so wide? Because this defense, the linebacker in the middle, is supposed to be so deep to stop that type of play. The safety, Damian Robinson, was probably supposed to stay wide.
18 seconds on the clock. Testaverde down the middle. Trebek is there. Made the catch. Timeout is called to stop the clock with 11 seconds to play. What a throw by Testaverde.
What a throw, anticipating. Look at the touch. And Trebek. Wayne Corbett drops one about every 4 years. And he knows. Catch it with the body, protect yourself. And Vinny Testaverde, well, that's a pretty efficient day, 24-29.
21 yards on that one. And another one like that gives John Hall a shot.
Hey, John Hall has well, we saw it, Greg. The last game of the regular season last year against the Oakland Raiders. On the grass, he kicked it, I don't know, how far was it? 75, 200 yards? Yeah. It was long.
John Hall has a career-long 55.
You know, again, those situations we talked about that Herman Edwards always puts his team in practice. And I'm sure they've had this type of one drilled into them. Testaverde.
Incomplete. intended for Lavernius Coles. London Fletcher got a hand on it. And now a penalty marker is down. We have a marker flying.
Illegal contact, number 22, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Penalty is on Nate Clements, the cornerback.
Well,
and when we come back,
not have any effect on the play, am I right?
8 seconds on the clock.
The yardage wasn't that important, it's the time.
Testaverde throws over the middle, that's incomplete. 2 seconds on the clock.
That was huge. John Hall would have had about a 55-yard field goal attempt if this ball was caught. Testaverde sees it this time. And Vinny Testaverde needs the extra time to fire it in. There's nothing Wayne Corbett could do that time. London Fletcher just knocks it out. Got the helmet right on the football.
This will be the last play in regulation. Testaverde is not even going to get a chance to throw it, so he's going to run it to the 30, 25, and is cut down, and will go to overtime.
Intermission.
I don't know if I'm in shape enough to go for the overtime, but we'll just have to do it. But boy, what an exciting game.
Nothing we did in preseason prepares us for this.
That's right. Are you saying preseason games weren't exciting?
I wasn't saying that. We will have a coin toss. It'll be 15 minutes of sudden death football, and each team will have a couple of timeouts. I'm not sure we could ask for anything more on opening day.
I wish all the fans that were in their car driving home, I wish they could hear me.
You know, they're the ones that are backing up traffic now, trying to get back into the stadium.
Yeah, really something else.
Boy, how about that man's debut here in Buffalo?
First game of the season. First time any of these players has played 4 quarters.
Who's going to make the call? This gentleman. The helmet is the head, gentlemen. The helmet is the head. Please make the call before I toss the coin. He says head. The Jets have won the toss. They want the goal. We want to kick this way. Jets win the toss. Receive at this end.
You saw it. You heard it. The New York Jets will get first crack at scoring in overtime. They'll get the football because of that touchdown pass. Drew Bledsoe to Eric Moulds. Overtime, tied at 31, coming right up.
Yes! Yes! What is it?
An opening day that the fans, at least the ones who are still here, and there are a lot of them still here, won't soon forget. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan back at Ralph Wilson Stadium for the start of overtime. The Jets and the Bills tied at 31. Overtime numbers for both teams. Morton and Jordan, RD. This is Morton from the 5, 20, 25. He broke free. 45, 50, to the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5, ball game! The second time today, Chad Morton returned to kickoff for a touchdown, and this one wins it.
Chad Morton is just so fast, and he is fearless. Watch him take it up the field. It's just full bore. Make the cut. Just keep moving. And it looks like so many times that Buffalo Bill, Sean Bryce, it looks like he has the angle, but he has the speed, just pulls away one more time for his second touchdown of the day.
It has been an emotional day for Herman Edwards, but none more than that moment. The New York Jets come out on top. The overtime kickoff return, 95 yards, 96 officially, by Chad Morton. The Jets win it by a score of 37-31. Opening day has been a blast at Ralph Wilson Stadium. For Armin Katay and Phil Simms, I'm Greg Gumbel, Jim Nantz in New York. Right after this.
So he runs, and he's out of bounds at the 11. Jamie Duncan forced him out, a gain of 4.
Well, we talked about what Ed McCaffrey's loss last year meant to this football team, probably more importantly to Greasy. Here, Greasy is looking for him once again. Ed McCaffrey is going to run inside, try to get back out to the corner. He's playing against one of the best defensive backs in the National Football League, in Aeneas Williams, and there's nothing open.
And right at the end of that play, you saw Ed McCaffrey as he was trying to force his way back in bounds, unable to put weight on that leg. I don't think he's 100%. We watched him in practice the other day. Obviously a gutty guy coming out here. I just don't think he's quite right yet.
Second down and 6. Anderson up the middle.
He's down, it's over!
Former halfback, now a fullback. Well, they're asking Mike Anderson to do a lot, to change gears like that and play fullback.
Well, they really are. And in talking with Mike Shanahan yesterday and asking him, why do you move Mike Anderson to fullback? One, he's a big guy. He's 230 pounds. 2, he's a smart guy. He can pick things up. And then 3, he was a tremendous blocker in the tailback position, so he thought it would be a real natural for him. He's been very unselfish, has moved to the fullback position and been very effective.
But there's a lot of guys who would have been calling their agent when that move was announced.
High formation behind Greasy on 3rd and 2. Touchdown, Smith.
Hey, Chris, we were at Friday practice. They worked this play about 4 different times, felt that they could get the slant and go. They get it right here. It gets tangled up with Dre Bly. Great concentration by Rod Smith.
But the mistake that Dre Bly made here was on the initial move, he looked in the backfield at the quarterback. When he did that, Smith was able to cut back to the outside for the touchdown.
Elam knocks it through, and it's 7-0 Denver. That is the 45th career touchdown for Rod Smith, which puts him at the top of the list now for most career touchdown catches in Broncos history.
Yeah, Rod Smith, he is a special player. Last year, he had 113 receptions, led the NFL, and one of those guys, he's not one of the fastest guys, got great hands, great athleticism, and when the game's on the line, he's one of those guys that wants the ball, and we were watching him this past Friday, and he made some unbelievable catches just in the short time that we watched him.
And a really impressive drive to open the season by the Denver Broncos. All the weapons that weren't there a season ago coming up big so far. Of course, Mike Anderson moving to fullback, Shannon Sharp a big first down, Ed McCaffrey about a 25-yard catch. Maybe answers the question a little bit. Was it Brian Greasy or the lack of weapons a season ago? Very nice opening drive by Greasy.
Yeah, and we know this, that Mike Shanahan really wanted to get started fast, to get this crowd behind him, you know, use them as a 12th man. He certainly has accomplished that here in this first quarter.
They must have run play action about 6 times during that drive down the field.
And typically when you play the Denver Broncos, you expect to play run first. Shanahan twisting things around a little bit here on that opening drive.
Lamar Gordon from inside the end zone. Brought down at the 16. Sam Brandon with a tackle. If you go back to the last time these two teams met in an opener, you go back to the 2000 season. It was in St. Louis, and the teams combined for 77 points, 937 yards, and 10 touchdowns in a 41-36 win for St. Louis. Kurt Warner, a career-high 441 yards, and then that all too familiar picture for the Broncos and really the rest of the league, watching Hakeem and Holt go down the field talking to each other for a touchdown. Second chance for the Rams offense. Warner got smacked on an incomplete pass to Marshall Faulk. Boy, did he take a hit.
Oh, he took a big pounding on that one. And, you know, this is one of those things that fans don't often see. After they throw the ball, Kurt Warner takes a hit on virtually every play. You watch him right here, and you take enough of those, you're going to know where those defensive linemen are coming from. And you don't want him taking any more hits than he has to take.
And how about Chester McLaughlin, the guy that sits out pass rush drills, goes over and sits down on the core, making a great move on Orlando Pace there.
He's just conserving energy during pass rush drills.
Second down and 10. And an inside toss. Nifty play to Faulk, and he gets smacked at the 25, about a yard shy of a first down.
What a shot by Al Wilson on that one. And now the word is around the National Football League, and who knows if it means anything or not, but everybody got a chance to watch the Super Bowl. And what did the New England Patriots do in that ball game? They beat up the St. Louis Rams. And now everybody that we've talked to since has told us our goal is to go out and to smack these guys around, beat them up, and see how they react.
Third down and 1. Marshall Faulk, a cutback, short. A loss on the play and a fourth down. Another punt coming from St. Louis.
Well, the offensive line for the St. Louis Rams just getting pounded off the ball. They're not getting off. They're not getting any movement. It was relevant right there, and you watched it. They're not able to pick up the first down on 3rd and 1. And this Rams offensive line has got to do a better job, not only in the running game, they've got to do a better job in protecting Kurt Warner if they're going to have some success.
So that offensive line limps back to the bench. And Berger. Not a great punt. O'Neal from outside the 35. A lot of moves, and he's brought down at the 40. A return of only 5 yards.
Troy, you hit on the fact that they were beating him up on the inside, but on the outside as well. This is what the Patriots did in that Super Bowl. Isaac Bruce coming down, chopping his way. Delton O'Neal with a good right, then a left. A takedown on there by Isaac Bruce. The reversal. This is going to be a good football game. Well, I'm looking forward to watching some of this.
It's going to be good, and they were running the ball up inside. And I think right there, Isaac Bruce was wanting to try to take the punishment to Delta O'Neal and show that, hey, we can take it too, but we're going to dish it out just as much.
Look at that, a final in overtime. Green Bay beats Atlanta 37-34. That's Olandis Gary. He falls forward to the 43-yard line, and we go back to Los Angeles and check in again with James Brown.
Hey, Joe Buck, it was an overtime affair in Green Bay, decided by this 34-yard game-winning overtime field goal by Ryan Longwell. Green Bay escapes with the victory by the field goal. As I send it back, Chris. Terry says, congratulations on your next job next year, host of American Idol.
It's the only thing I'm qualified to do, stand there and do nothing. Let everybody else entertain.
Second down and 8. Wide open, Rod Smith, first down, Rams territory at the 44.
I just think right now you couldn't ask for a better way for Brian Griese to come into this game and get started, and knowing that Mike Shanahan, when you give Mike Shanahan 2 months to get prepared for an opponent, he's usually going to put together a pretty good game plan. And in talking with him, he wanted to get Brian off to a fast start. He's been able to do that. Brian is sitting in the pocket, throwing with confidence, and there's getting guys open down the field.
Griese changing it at the line, 1st and 10. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Quick throw, tight end Sharp. Brought down near the 36-yard line. Gain of 8
Nice audible that time by Brian Greasy. Adam Archuleta is coming up. He sees him out of the corner of his eye coming up on the side of the screen, and all of a sudden he goes to the quick throw, knows he's got a linebacker coverage, just makes an easy completion. That's a good job by Brian Greasy. A little bit of the evolution of Brian Greasy, beginning to understand these defenses better.
They don't have to run another play, but why not? They've got this Rams defense on their heels. First down carry, Mike Anderson. And when the second quarter began,
trying to spread them out, trying to open them up, trying to get them start thinking about passing to the outside. Joe Horn with the first down catch on the play before this. Now a nice pickup, 5 yards on first down.
We welcome those of you who have been watching the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Saints with a 3-0 lead over the Buccaneers, and on the move here in Tampa. On 2nd and 5, the handoff. Deuce McAllister looks to turn the corner and is forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line by Brian Kelly after a gain of 2.
Someone ran right out of their shoe. Brian Kelly.
Big shoes to fill with Donnie Abraham, now a New York Jet.
And it was interesting talking with Joe Horn yesterday, the Saints receiver, and he felt like he could get inside Brian Kelly's head. He felt like he could take advantage of Brian Kelly's desire to come out and prove himself. Joe Horn with 4 catches today already, 49 yards. He's on Dwight Smith now, and they're going to throw to him.
Pass off the fingertips of Stallworth.
Dwight Smith did a nice job on that play. He kept good position. Stayed right between Joe Horn and the quarterback. And he was isolated. He was alone on the receiver. That was total man-to-man coverage. And you're covering a Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Pull it out like good teams always do. Kevin Stemke will punt now for the injured Shane Leckler, who's battling a quad. Bobby Ingram is deep to catch. He waits for a fair catch, and he does about the 34-yard line.
2. So 2 offensive drives for the Saints here in this first.
Oh, that ain't necessary now. All right.
Damn.
all the way down the field. And now here they are with the ball back. Warner's had no time to throw, and Greasy's had all day.
They broke the hell on the 12.
7-0 Broncos as we start the second quarter. And that's Portis to the 29. Gain of 2.
I tell you, just watching this, and you just see a little bit of confusion in the Rams defense, and they're not exactly sure what's coming at them. They've run the play action. I think they run the play action off of the run in order to get guys down the field, but they also have used play action in order to help with their pass protection. But in talking with Lovie Smith last night, he said that this defense was not where he thought that it needed to be, that he had some concerns coming in, and those concerns have been justified so far in this ball game.
2nd and 8. Over the middle, caught. Polly, the tackle. And the catch was made, and Sharp, or rather Carswell's brought down just shy of a first down. Take a look at what has happened already today in the early games. The headliners, Brett Favre, you've always got a chance when number 4 is in there, and he took his team down the field, got him in the end zone to take the lead. They won in overtime. Ricky Williams over 100 yards, and Steve Spurrier, fun and gun, and win number 1. Anderson dancing around, and he was brought down short of the first down.
You know, that fun and gun offense you were talking about with Washington and Steve Spurrier put up 440 yards today. So I would imagine after week 1, they're going to be leading the league in offense.
How about Ricky Williams down there? That if the Miami Dolphins end up with any kind of a running game with that defense, would be awfully tough to beat.
Well, here you go. Mike Shanahan's going to go for it on 4th and 1 with a ball at the St. Louis 23.
That is a long one to be going for.
Trying the hard count, never was. The Rams almost bit, got back. The timeout, and it looks like the Broncos will kick it when we come back.
Hey! Hey! Hey, give me the wallet.
Take it easy.
It's my wallet. I accidentally mugged this guy. It's the exact same wallet.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
I just want to give you your wallet back, sir.
In a world where 2 was special and 3 was unheard of, one man dared to say,
4? You gotta be insane.
4 unique tastes push the Cheese Extreme Quesadilla into the 4th dimension of flavor. The heat is on. Mozzarella, pepper jack, cheddar, and nacho cheese sauce form a taste to die for.
So good.
Makes you want to be bad?
Don't miss the new Cheese Extreme Quesadilla for outside the bun.
Got the long weekend. We're leaving early. This is good. A little luck. We'll be there by noon. Latest. Thanks. Ooh, backseat. We'll be the only car on the road. You ready?
Let's go.
This is gonna be great.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Taco Bell, think outside the bun. By Miller Lite, life is best told at a place called Miller Time. And by DirecTV, movies, music, and exclusive sports from the leader in digital satellite entertainment.
One of them mountains they got around here in Denver. 7-0, the Broncos lead, and it'll be Elam to try a 41-yarder. One of the best in the business. Long enough. Right down the middle. Bothered by a bad hamstring in the preseason, he's back. Warner and the Ram offense will be back on the field when we come back.
So you're signed up with 31 premium movie channels and NFL Sunday Ticket. Great.
Yes. That's your move? Yes. It's a big play, man. DirecTV, come on, show me what you got. Whoa. We gotta work on this. That's right. That's right.
Yellow copy's yours.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Up to 14 regular season games every Sunday. And it's not on cable. Now get our best programming package free for 4 months.
Wait until you hear this. This is so cool. Stop. Wait a minute. Cool? Cool. Cool is why my son needs new sneakers every month. Cool is why my daughter's hair is green and her boyfriend has a bolt through his nose. Cool costs me money. Cool. You were saying?
This online purchasing system could save us millions.
Millions? Cool.
Hello?
Hi, Mr. Johnson. I wanted to tell you that you've won 2 tickets to the Kentucky Derby, 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, 2 tickets to the Tony Awards, 2 tickets to the 2004 Olympic Games, and 2 tickets to the Daytona 500. Mr. Johnson? Are you there?
Use your Visa card from August to October and you are automatically entered to win 2 tickets plus expenses to these 5 events.
Take a deep breath, Mr. Johnson. I'm here for you.
For over a decade, Cops has taken you on some wild rides, but nothing will compare to this.
Stop my gun! Stop my gun!
Be there for the Fast and Furious season premiere when Cops declares war on ruthless carjackers.
Please, my kids are in this car.
The Cops season premiere at 8/7 Central, Fox Saturday.
Ryan Greasy off to a 6-for-8 start. Exactly what he needed, and in turn the Broncos needed. They lead 10-0, and Elam kicks it away. This may be short. Not bad. To the 2, Lamar Gordon. His 3rd return of the day. Good return out across the 30. There's nothing like a week 1 kicker story. And after the 41-yarder, Jason Elam, a kick and a grab. Ow! Maybe the hamstring isn't okay. 10-0 Denver.
You all set?
Yeah.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and warm wooden mittens. Silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things.
What's brown to me? One word. Mahoney. Mahoney does the work of three. So instead of 3 different guys for ground deliveries, overnight, and international.
Hey, how you doing?
And 3 different pickup times, all I need is 1 Mahoney and 1 pickup. You wore the shorts for TV, didn't you?
One driver, 1 pickup, 1 reliable network. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by UPS, the official delivery company of football fans everywhere.
So you go through training camp in the preseason, you come to Denver, you represent as the NFC champions, and you get smacked in the first quarter. From their own 31. Fake reverse. Screen. Blocking in front of Marshall Faulk, and he gets to the 40, a gain of 9, a yard short of a first down.
And Troy, I think that call is a product of some of the pressure that Kurt Warner's been getting early in this game. If you're getting a lot of pressure, obviously you've got to come back with some screens, some draws, try and slow this bunch down a little bit because they're really coming on Denver's defensive line.
Well, they're really coming, and not only do they get them with the screen, but they also do it off of a fake reverse in order to try to get those linebackers, the speed of those linebackers that we've talked about, moved out of there so they can give a lane for Marshall Faulk.
2nd and 1. The up back, Hetherington, fights forward and has a first down according to the official on the far side of the field. But it's going to depend on the spot. Brought down right at the marker, and we may have our first measurement.
I think right now, just watching that play on 2nd down, you know, that kind of exemplifies where this Rams offense is right now in this ball game, and it's still too early to tell, but 2nd and 1 is the best down in football to really take your shots down the field and try to make something happen. Right now, when an offense is struggling, you're more concerned about getting first downs because you don't want to get into 3rd and 1, and so right now they try to pick it up on 2nd down.
And Troy, this is really about the first game I've ever seen of the St. Louis Rams where I thought that they were thinking protection first. Typically, Kurt Warner is so good at getting that ball out, they don't even give it a second thought. In this game, it's a major factor already.
3rd and inches.
Okay, it's over.
Faulk got the first down. They may have to measure, but it certainly appeared that Faulk got the first down.
They're going to measure, and it does.